Good evening. Oh, look, I'm not even in the frame here. Let me just bring it down.
Lower.
Good,
Hey,
good,
Conan.
good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening,
It's
and
fitting.
welcome to Audio Dungeon. I am your creepy host, Tony Hansen.
Why are
Tony
you
Creeperson.
swimming?
I don't know,
Yeah.
because I don't fit in the box.
Go down. Put the,
Yeah.
put
Put
the
your chair down.
chair
a little.
down.
No.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's
oh,
next.
That's what it
yes.
was.
Oh,
You made
here
it
we
louder.
go. Oh,
Louder.
There you go.
Higher. There you
Look at that,
go.
Beautiful.
Good evening and welcome to the show. I'm Tony Hansen, joined by the rest of the Audio Dungeon crew, Brooke Armstrong, Dan Isgro, Tom Kokoza, and Damian Scro. And as always, Todd Heedy inside. He's editing and doing his magical technical things that he does. Keep the show
Magical
running.
Toddness.
Magical Toddness. We appreciate it. Guys, today's episode is going to be Knights of Andar. It is season 3.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 3.
Season 3. You get to change that, Todd. Season 3, episode 3. It is the Citadel Part 2. Lots of
3
numbers.
by 3.
Lots of numbers here today. Citadel Part 2. Last week, we saw the first half of the party go inside the Citadel. And we saw the other half of the party, which is the 3 individuals here with me right now, plus and some NPCs, and they are outside of the Citadel. So what happened? We're going to recap it right now. The doors basically got closed, and you guys are outside. As you guys landed, everyone was running inside. Craston threw Hex's body down to the ground, and what later he would say is not that disrespectful.
Just returning.
Just returning, yeah, you know. And Essence lands, and still in dragon form, runs for the gates because the huge doors to the Citadel are starting to close, and she puts her claws into it. You, Cole, run up as well, and as a big tree you are, go in as well and start holding it. Whoever can get through, gets through. And that's the Knights. The Knights get through. Brooke's character, Maya, gets through. Essence turns in the last second, turns into when the doors are closing and realizing that both you and her cannot keep it open, she transforms into a mortal and slips into the door at the last second. While that's happening, though, 1, 2, 3, all of you guys turn around and you realize that there's something behind you, an enemy you need to face, and you're forced to just turn around and fight it. Everyone else is outside. There's no NPCs besides Essence with you, so everyone else is there. Don't forget that Argon stayed behind. So you have Lump and Sparky and Thalen. And
Is Yo-Yo there?
No, you're
No,
Yo-Yo stayed.
Yo-Yo
Stayed
stayed.
behind, yeah.
yeah. So that's your recap. Any question? Just when we started, so you'll know where you're at and what's going on.
2 questions.
Yeah.
Do we know who's behind us?
No, because that hasn't come up in the story yet. And when we start the episode, I'm gonna do this recap in a much simpler way, but I've already answered your questions.
Are we talking like
We're talking.
a guy, or are we talking like an army?
Well, you're gonna find
We're
out
gonna
in the
find out. I think
episode.
we have to wait, Dan.
Find out this and more on the episode.
So you want to know if we have any questions that pertain to things before that moment in time.
Just to clarify,
Right.
this
Right.
thing, the platform that we're standing on between where we are around the door area.
Just all the rock formation is going into the Citadel. The Citadel is made of crystal. It goes very high up in the air. It also goes down into the.
how much floor space?
There's a lot of area around you.
Okay.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Has
Alright.
the door
You're not in jeopardy of falling off.
Okay.
Like you could be if you wanted to and make your way over there. But I would say you at least have like a couple hundred feet
Okay.
wide.
There's like a cliff?
You can march an army up here.
Got it.
There is cliffs, but
Okay.
it's a couple hundred feet wide.
Has the door shut yet?
Yes, the door is shutting. When we start, the door is shut.
Essence is a human now.
And when inside?
Well, you just saw her go in and turn back into her normal self, which is like kind of like an elf that looks like it has that sharp features like a dragon. So, but you see that last second she was transforming, but that was the last thing you were seeing because something was coming up behind you.
But now she's inside.
Yeah, so she, Katic, and Maya
And Creston.
and Craston went inside. Everyone else outside.
Did you have to make any rolls last week?
Did I have to make any rolls for what? For who was inside and out?
No.
No,
For
for-
Essence not being in the staff.
Oh, I'm not going to reveal anything like that today. This moment.
Well, we're still playing, so at least for a little while.
we are still playing.
No, but did,
You could
did
definitely-
anybody have to make a roll last week?
You can. I'll just say you definitely can ask me that around like 10 something today. You know, ask me that someone into the episode.
That's me
That's
getting
another
some
question.
time.
Just remember, I have the power button right here.
Where is the hammer? I have the hammer.
You have the hammer.
That could be a problem.
I have the hammer. I have the hammer. I'm in the middle of a confession here. Sorry.
I want the knife, please.
Please.
That's the next movie we gotta watch.
Yes. That
Gold
holds up too.
It does.
Guys, Patreon rerolls. Bringing them in right now. Let's see who we got. Reroll to the person with the highest roll is 3d6.
3d6.
that
3d6.
14.
What?
Yes.
I was good.
14.
5.
No.
You also got a 14?
got
14.
Let's do it again.
Do it again.
13.
No, that is a 8. I'm sorry, a 5.
You got it.
Congrats.
Richard Wild, reroll to Tom. You guys are in so much trouble.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
God.
Probably.
Charles Morrison wants to know, what does everyone thinks on the other side of the door? He's asking the fans. We don't know, but we're going to find out, hopefully. Welcome, Brian McHale. Welcome, Ryan
What
Milner.
up, what
Welcome.
up? Hey, Brian.
Guys, do me a favor.
Brian.
And wherever you're on right now, share it out. Share it out to the people. Let people know that Audio Dungeon is live and we are about to start this episode. Todd, can you just move the camera up a little bit? I feel like I can't go down any much further. Oh, okay. You can do it.
You look
Okay,
marvelous.
quick little note. Rerolls are not rerolls anymore. They are luck rolls. So all it is if you call for a luck roll, whatever your luck is, you just roll that many more dice added onto your try. So what that why am I discerning that? Because what if you try to roll a check and I say this check's really hard, you need 2 6s. And you roll it and you only get 1 6. You don't have to roll over and get 2 6s again. You can add your, say, luck 3, your 3 dice to the roll. Okay? So if and it works with combat. If you're doing combat and you say, what do I got to roll over? No, you just add 3 more combat dice or whatever the dice you were re-rolling.
Okay.
So it definitely enhances your things, works the system out, and that's how luck
The luck
works.
is in here, right?
No.
I'm in here.
Probably on the top of the page. I'm not sure where luck is. Should be on top. Oh, on that one, it's probably in the middle line.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the middle now.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so that is the
Cool.
change to luck, and that is it.
All right.
Guys, I think we're ready to go. And
Okay.
today I have a little something special for you.
Oh, boy.
Some.
I got a little something special. What's it going to be? It is a slightly upgraded intro. Let's see if you can find the changes in the new intro. Guys, here we go. Enjoy. Let's start the show, Knights of Andar. Let's do it. Tom, you want to bring us in?
What?
Hey, everybody. Don't stray far, because now it's time for Knights of Andar.
Oh, man.
Let me be honest with you, sir. I'm from another timeline. This plane is not real.
It should be louder. It should be even louder. It's not loud enough. That's great. I love it.
Oh my
Vampires, not like other photos.
I showed it to some of the fans,
Change
and they get it. It's funny, but I'm like, the crew's going to think it's a lot funnier than that.
It's great. I knew it. I was waiting for it. I kinda knew.
that was going to be
I didn't know it was going to be that line, but I knew you were going to change the Rob dialogue. I knew it. I was just waiting for that. I knew it. That's great. I love it. I love it.
Man. And how good does
Amazing.
Maya's picture look?
Oh my
Awesome.
God, it
So
looks
great.
sick.
Awesome.
Yeah, she looks
Oh my
so
gosh.
sick.
Yeah, it's
Thank
awesome.
you. She looks great.
So, guys,
Oh my
welcome to Audio Dungeon. We were laughing at Rob's Tower because Rob is always like blowing the minds of NPCs with his like he'll talk to a simple farmer instead of asking him directions. He's like, "Sir, I'm from a different universe." The farmer's like, "Wait, what?
Let me be honest with you.
Ask me where the tavern is." So we love when he's now. I just love when he's he's blowing people's minds left and right. And that's a lot of fun. So now it's immortalized. The season 3
And Dan noticed the blacksmith.
Yes. So let me start the show up, and then we're going to talk about that. Guys, what's up?
We
Welcome to the show. This is Audio Dungeon. I'm Tony Hansen, joined by the rest of the Audio Dungeon crew. And today's episode is Season 3, Episode 3, The Citadel, Part 2. So last week, you saw that the party got split up. Inside was Essence, Kraston, Katic, and Maya. And we saw what happened to them when they went inside. But on the outside, also the Knights went in too. Also on the outside was Lump, Sparky, Thalen, William, Cole, and Hutch. Now, everybody was trying to get the doors open to keep them from closing, but the doors were too powerful. Connected directly to the Citadel and the crystal, they were closing by whatever means or magic or power, but they could not be stopped. Halfway through it, we saw something happened that forced everyone's attention to turn around. Whoever went in, went inside. Whoever stayed out, stayed outside. That's where we're going to start today. Before we get to that, we're going to talk about Rob, who made some very interesting statements, saying that he wanted to make sure that, well, he felt that too many people have become knights on Knights of Andar.
Knights of Andar.
He's like, I know it's the name of the show.
Right. That's
But-
basically what he was saying.
However,
He goes, I just kind of thought that, me and William would be knights, but like, it seems like everyone is a knight now, and just do me a favor, I don't want anyone's titles to change to knight because it'll be ridiculous. So I said, okay, if you want to put that out there, we'll keep it, and you could just talk to everybody when you see them. So
you forever
still
be
blacksmith, still investigator, still vampire hunter.
So our king has knighted us, but Rob
The
feels
Lord
that
Commander.
Lord Commander Cat.
Respect.
you're not really knights. That's what we're getting.
Yes, that's what's happening. That would
I
be
would,
accurate.
I would say, like,
Are we in game right now? Is this
No, it's out of game.
Oh,
It's
okay.
out of game.
All right, then I won't say anything.
I feel like, when Archie Fint went crazy, right? And he killed a bunch of people, he turned into a murderer. And we were like trying to figure out, was it Rob
Or was it
or
Archie?
was it Archie? Because Rob, was still. I feel like Rob's did this heel turn, and we're just trying to pretend that it's normal. But he's like, what is that? That's like, why out of game is he upset that we've been knighted in game? And to the point that he's insisted that the credits reflect that.
I want to say it's equally in-game and out-game. I think it's half and half.
Well, he's
See,
also
he's-
said that in game he will forever introduce Hutch as his loyal blacksmith.
Yes.
Even though
Not
Yes.
as Knight Hutch.
Even though that's
or
not
Sir
you.
Hutch, rather. Sir Hutch. Right.
that's the other Hutch. It's in the other world.
Well,
Right.
Right.
yes.
Well, no, he was.
Well,
Wait,
I don't.
well,
I'll be able to say
That
it's like-
storyline was the same. It's just that your exploits went beyond that. Once you got the crystal hammer and such.
Right.
Well, before that, I think that you would probably had a more aggressive, or you were more steadfast about making your presence known, trying to become something with yourself. I would say in this timeline or this character, rather than the other Hutch that was more like
Who was
Let's-
okay with it.
was Tails to Sonic. You know?
Yes, because like I came out of the mirror a knight in shimmering armor. And Katic was always very like, no. I was like, no, like I'm a different person. I'm a different character.
I'm a different person.
Well, yeah.
Not to Rob.
If you're not okay with that, like that's a you problem, okay? And now, like Tom said, we hit a point in the story where our king himself has knighted me.
Right.
If Katic has if Kadek
Well,
has a problem with that,
I
like,
think Rob has a
in-game,
problem.
we're gonna have a problem with that.
in game,
gonna be amazing.
You know, I gotta say, since we're talking about it, like William also felt a little bit that move by our king might have been a little rash, might have been a little bit,
Ooh.
you know, quick to act, sort of. He doesn't think that they're undeserving of being knights, but I think William definitely had a little feeling of like, you know, that they didn't go through everything that William and Kadek had gone through to become knights. And that, like, maybe it was a little sort of, I don't know,
Rushed.
Well,
Rush of
quest
the
is
king
not a
and then-
night make
It-
kind of a thing.
yeah, kind of, a little bit. He was a little surprised by the king's choice there, you know. And while he totally respects it, because he respects the hell out of the king and he's loyal to the king and the knighthood and everything, he definitely feels like they didn't quite earn it the way that he and Kadek certainly did have. And that's it. That's what I'll say. That's how William feels. Now, me out of the game, I don't care. Like, you know, I'm
But-
fine with you guys. Like, I
But
don't care,
William
but-
doesn't know what Hutch went through.
Well, he knows his hutch, and that's what he's kind of basing it on.
Don't
You
you
know,
know your hutch?
He knows the hutch that he you know has known for that amount of time. You know, he has to see you guys as similar, even though he knows you're not the same person. Your backstory, your history to him is going to be at least somehow similar because you're kind of the same person, even though you're not. Like,
This is not to mention also that like Hutch and Kadek very, very close, almost came to blows over
Right.
the hammer.
So
Right.
what's going to be interesting is going forward, when you see the signs in game of that kind of demeanor towards you. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm interested in that storyline.
Oh,
Like if
it's
this was a
very
show, like
yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
I mean,
Excited.
I like.
There's
I
some
thought
drama there.
I thought we were finally like starting to get on the same page. I thought we were getting to a point where it's like, oh, like we can live together, we can work together, maybe even be a team.
you could he would say, yeah,
I
it
don't
could be all
think-
those things.
I don't think it.
As
I-
long as
I
you
don't
remain
think the
blacksmith.
king's actions helped that.
I think it's very. I think that this is really interesting to me. I'm shocked because I felt
Yeah.
like, you know, like Cole and William were pretty chill and like sure.
Absolutely.
I didn't go to boot camp
Night
or
school.
whatever, right? But like
It was
you
more
should-
than that, bro.
I understand.
You
but, like,
don't
there's a certain-
understand, bro.
There's a certain amount of like, yeah, I haven't done as many nightly things as
you
you
know,
have
William-
done.
William
but it's not like
sees-
William has done a quest like this before.
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
this is above and
Williams, this is
beyond.
this is a life, you know,
Yes.
a lifelong,
Way of
you know,
life.
dedication to the knighthood,
So
and to have it, you know, very casually kind of thrust upon you at this time.
500 bits coming in from
It
V
was-
Rocket
yeah.
Man. What's up, Evan?
Oh!
He was a little
Thank
surprised.
you, Evan.
All right.
Again,
That's a reroll.
he didn't disagree with it. He respects all of you quite a bit, but he was a little surprised by that move. That's all. That's it.
I just say I
you
didn't
know.
expect it either. So it surprises.
Okay,
fine.
yeah. So
I just
there
don't
you go.
want to like if there ends up being like the real knights are gonna be over here, guys.
I
You guys
mean,
chill out.
yeah, he's not like seeing it like that, or like it's not like he's not gonna like treat you differently or anything like that.
So you didn't
William,
also
not
advocate for
William,
the
right.
William
credits.
does not. He's not like on that level of
Right.
like, well, this is wrong. He's not saying like that, but he was definitely a little like, oh, interesting. I don't know if I would have made that choice, or I don't know if I, you know, would have,
Understandable.
you know, told the king to do that. You know, again, but no, it's not like, you know, the king could do what he wants. Like that's it. So he respects the process and the situation. But,
Charles Boy goes, we're doing Dungeon Talk early today.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
seriously.
Yeah.
It was,
Sorry,
I thought it was interesting just to
But
bring
that,
it.
that
to-
is a thing.
It is.
I think
out
it
there.
was great to put it in the beginning of this episode before we get launching.
Oh, great.
And maybe we'll find out later why.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Guys, let's get going. As I mentioned last week, the party is split. We're going to start with those that are outside. Away we go. Cole, as you're trying to close the door, you're realizing that the door is too strong, and you're pretty sure that with both of you, you're not even really stopping it. It comes to a point where you feel your hands are about to break, and you also see this danger behind you. You're forced to let go.
Yeah.
You turn around, same thing with you guys as you're running to the gates, and you're hearing this some kind of sound that just like is new and odd. Something not like a goblin running up. It's something very different.
Big sound.
Big because it's collectively big. You turn
Okay.
around and you see what was probably once angels, but now turned vampiric.
Ugh.
And they're like, and kind of like a wraith. And there's about 50 of them on the ground. And there's one that has on like this, like an emblem on him, and has crystal armor on him. That when he moves, you see like almost like rainbow little lights on it. And he seems to be the captain or the lord or the general or something amongst them. And he walks out, and they all kind of just land, and they fan out a little bit. He walks out to all of you. Lump, Sparky, and Thalen kind of crowd in, and you guys can role play.
All right.
King Thalen,
I guess we gotta speak to these.
He has his sword out.
creatures.
do you recognize this creature?
I don't. I don't know who he is.
Anyone? Lump?
No.
No. Want me to smash him?
Not yet.
I'll smash later.
Go up. He's approaching all by himself, right?
He approaches it into like a parlay position.
Does he have a weapon?
He does. Sword.
Out?
It's out but down in his hands. He doesn't look like he's ready to fight you.
I take out the hammer and hold it down toward the ground.
Who
Uh,
walks up?
I'll walk up with Cole.
Well, yeah.
I walk up too with the hammer. I want to see what effect the hammer has on him, if anything.
Wait, there's only one of him. There's only
No,
one.
there's
one work.
49
No, but
of them.
there's only one walking up.
Yes, only him.
All right, I won't walk up then. If you guys both are walking.
So two of you are walking up to
think
his
that's a good
one
idea.
person?
I guess so, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So you guys walk up. He stands there. His eyes look like they're sky blue. And you see his feathers on his wings and such are like white in some cases, gray in some cases, and black in some cases. And he clearly looks vampiric, but he clearly was an angel before. He just looks at you.
Hello. I'm Hutch.
I'm Cole.
I am Lord Xavier of the Queen's Citadel. You trespass on land that is sacred.
We do not mean offense.
Offense has been taken. You have dropped our Lord and the Sacred One to the ground. Retrieve him.
You see some of the other angels fly over and they pick up Hex.
Not an insult, you say.
I can see how it is insulting.
Yeah, that would have been me, Lord Xavier. We got into a fight on top of his dragon, and he fell.
That happened here. It is one thing to kill another in battle. It is another to bring him home and throw him at the base of that hole. You bring dishonor to yourself.
didn't mean offense.
But again, understood your point of view on this. We we will leave here as quickly as possible. If it is possible, we will leave by the same method as the rest of our party, which is inside, trying to go down.
Your party will be dealt with. They are probably already deceased.
I'm not sure about that.
I am sure that if we wish them to be gone, they will be.
Okay.
You have two options here. You will fight me and my men to the death, or you will sacrifice two of you.
Well, we're not going to sacrifice any of us.
Then you will sacrifice everyone. He walks back.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Did we hear that conversation? The rest of us or not? Really?
A little bit, not much.
I should shake my head as we go back.
They come back. It doesn't look like it went well.
No.
Now what?
They strange. This is the second time I think we've been offered something like this or something similar. They offered.
It was by Hex.
It was by Hex.
Yeah.
He said if we sacrifice two of ourselves, they. I don't even say we let us go, but he said either you could sacrifice two of yourselves or you could fight us all and die, and we chose to not sacrifice any of us. So they're gonna fight us, and they look very powerful.
Can't fight all of them. There's like, there must be 50 of them out there.
Yeah. Do you have any other ideas?
Does anybody know anything about these creatures? Anyone?
No.
I have read about them. The angels of the Queen are famous, of course, on our world.
How have they been corrupted by vampirism?
I do not know if that is a normal thing that can be done or if that is difficult to do for a vampire, but I have not heard of angels being turned in such a way.
Do you know how these angels can be defeated? Do they have a weakness?
I do not. Todd, the gate on my voice is too high.
Sacrifice two, or they kill us all. That's where we're at.
Well, yeah, they've already. We already said no, and he already said then you'll all die. So then he walked away. I don't know if we're going to have the opportunity to go, well, on second thought, we drew straws. Or we could try it if you think that's best, but.
I don't know. Can't allow any harm to come to Thalen.
I don't know. I look around. Is there any other way besides the giant magical doors that close on us in?
You could run around the Citadel, but
See.
there's no way in that you see.
These things could fly, and
Right.
all right.
You can't.
I think the opposite, Sir William. I think that I am expendable. And perhaps you could leave here or get inside. We're all going to die here if we face them.
No, let them take me instead, not you.
Agree, Your Highness, you are not expendable. But if you want, I can go over and say, please let us give some time to parlay on their offer. I go over. I go, my lord, we have shared what your original negotiation was with our party, and we would like some time, if possible, to consider your generous offer before combat begins.
Thalen walks up with you. So I don't see the need for this. We don't need to fight. You know, perhaps there's some other arrangement that we can make. You know, it doesn't need to end in bloodshed here.
You have started this, not us. You are here in our home.
Now,
A sacrifice or redemption must be made. That is our way.
I want to put a point of contact. You came and attacked us, and we came back. We did not start this.
We did not attack you.
Your lord came and attacked us, demanded that we sacrifice our lives and join your army or die. Not only our lives, but others that we were sworn to protect.
You speak of the Sunken City.
Yes,
The Sunken City has a long-term pact with the Citadel. This is known.
that is true. And when he felt that because the Sunken City was attacked by other forces, it did not have enough to meet that pact, he demanded that we sacrifice lives that were under our protection, and then attacked us, challenged us to combat when we refused to surrender people under our protection. I'm just saying, I understand your point of view, but we did not start this combat. We have no reason to fight Hex. In fact, he is blood with one of our party members. His brother is amongst us.
Whatever your argument, you dropped our most sacred one
I understand.
to our door. Again, there must be redemption.
So
Take me then. Take me.
No.
No.
Take me.
Listen, whatever is going. Well, I don't know if you walked. Did you walk up? No.
No.
Listen, you've done a lot to protect me, and maybe I can turn the favor here, but I can't do much to help out.
You,
I-
no. Your Highness, you are
These are not. They're not. These angels are like, yes, they're mortal, but they're not all mortal. They're something very different. If everything we've been fighting for is important, it's going to be lost right now. Especially the fact that Essence has to get back into the hammer.
we have
How
to
much
get
time
inside.
are we going to wait? And what if we all die?
Then it's over. We have to get inside. You're right, but Your Highness, let me go. Let me go in your place. You are needed to inspire these men. What do I do?
He just runs up forward and he goes, my life and my father's sword, it is holy, you see it. For letting them go free or let them at least speak to someone in charge. Something that is not bloodshed.
I run up when he does that, if I see that.
Okay, you start running up.
Agreed. He cuts his head off. You may enter.
They're all gone.
They fly up into the sky and they're circling around the Citadel.
What happened?
You saw what I saw. Get inside. I'm gonna go over to him. Get inside with the hammer. Go.
And they've taken, by the way, they've taken the sword.
Is his body still there?
Yeah, headless.
I go over. Just see if there's. I run over to him. Is there any?
It's severed completely.
Decapitated? He's decapitated.
Yeah.
They have his head.
No.
Oh my god.
We can't leave him here.
All right, get inside. I will get him. Get inside before the doors close again.
You can hear the doors opening behind you. Like,
I pick him up. All of them.
Okay.
Go. Go. Before they close. I start going towards the door.
I walk back toward the door.
okay. You guys make your way to the door. Does everyone go inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk inside and you look around. The inside of this whole place is huge. It is made of crystal. There's glimmers of rainbow light passing. And at this moment in time, what should be a bustling area in the Citadel, the front gates, there's nobody. Well, nobody from the city. What you do see is that off in a distance are some knights from your party that seem to be just walking around. and kind of checking things out. Standing very, very far away, we're talking about not in your immediate area, you also see there are 3 white robed figures that are also kind of glowing. They seem to be kind of just like standing around, perhaps monitoring the knights. You can roleplay. The doors begin to close.
Roll in.
I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
We've got to find the others.
He saved my life in the forest. I owed him a life debt and I didn't pay it back. And he knighted me. I was honor bound to protect his life and I didn't.
So will we all.
I start walking towards those white glowing figures.
Okay.
I'm still carrying him.
It's the equivalent of walking about 100 yards. And he starts walking. Lump and Sparky kind of look at each other, and then to you guys, and just start following. What do you do? Both of you.
Yeah. Start walking.
Okay, you make your way through. This area has some interesting aspects. For one, in the middle of this giant-sized room is a funnel of light coming down, and it's kind of white also. And it seems to go through and permeate the bottom and also the top. It perhaps could be some sort of lift, magically, obviously. Around the room in the outskirts are portals that seem to kind of like fluctuate in different colors as well. There are stairs that lead up to those portals, and there are some portals in just random spots. Again, this looks like an area that would be very busy, but is pretty desolate right now. You travel the distance, and eventually the knights see you, and then kind of alert the others of their kind and walk over. They immediately see Thalen, and then they just start bowing one by one.
What are these glowing figures?
They apparently are in charge here. They are, they seem to worship Hex. And they're like vampires who've been chosen, I guess. Apparently, many of the people here that live here are mortal, and they see becoming a vampire is not like what we call it. They see it as escaping mortality and becoming blessed.
I go over to one of them.
To who?
One of those figures. You are in charge here?
Yes.
We paid a very heavy price to come in. Can it be undone?
It is possible. All life can be undone.
How?
You would need a sacred one to do such a thing.
It's busy. All right.
The sacred one. Know who they mean?
Yeah. He's lying outside.
The The Sacred One is in his throne room.
Is he?
Indeed.
Where's that?
Very high in the Citadel here.
Oh, am I permitted to go?
As of now, I'm sorry, no. Your friends have gone up earlier.
They are with him? Or
They should be with him now, I believe, yes. In a time, since you've been granted entrance, you could see him as well.
all right. Thank you. All right. I wait.
Okay, we're gonna shift gears here. We're gonna go over to Brooke. You are sitting. You are sitting in your room with Caddick,
In essence.
in essence. The room is beautiful. Essence is sitting in the corner and kind of just looking out this large window that's nearby. And she's just kind of thinking. Caddick starts to get up and pacing. He says a couple different things. I don't like any of this. I'm meant to sit here and wait. I'm gonna get some sleep. He lays down, goes to sleep. What do you want to do?
Are we locked in the room?
I don't know. You haven't checked.
I go to check the door.
There's no door. There's a portal.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. I approach Essence. Essence, what are you thinking?
She doesn't look at you. She just keeps looking out. I feel that we have perhaps gone too deep. I felt we had much more control when it was just us. And now I feel like we've lost that.
I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. Why do you feel like we've lost that?
What control do you feel like we have right now? Yes, we saw Hex.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he said some interesting things that I suppose could be positive and helpful. But we're not on our own terms anymore.
Agreed.
Everything seems to line up with what he says, and it seems like he says the truth.
Yes.
It seems.
It seems. It also seems as though this is, while we are familiar with vampires, we've never been around this type before.
No,
Well, I haven't.
neither have I.
So,
Mortals are one thing to deal with, especially from someone like myself. But to see mortals with greater power, it is frightening. Because that mortal, perhaps not mortal any longer from whatever is happening to him now, has shown us that he has power to do great things and also terrible things. Therefore, I feel we have no control over the situation.
I feel the way he was speaking, though, was as if he might be powerful in his own right. That's true. But it seems as though that true power that he claimed he had only came from sitting on the throne. I don't know if that power stays with him and travels with him once he's...
I believe it taps
Away
into the
from it?
crystal of the queen.
Yes. So does that mean that he channels it and keeps it? Or does it only apply when he's sitting on the throne?
I do not know. This place is very unusual. I've never seen something that is so tied into the ancient. This entire citadel, I can feel the millions of mortals are living in here. Their presence is felt. I feel like as if I were to move around within it too much, I would draw attention to myself. I normally would not say we should separate, but I do feel that you should perhaps see if you could find Kraston
Or poke your head around every corner and see what's going on.
I agree.
Better you do it than this knight over here. He
He's
seems to
been
be
through a
all.
lot.
He seems to be very confused inside.
I don't blame him. Question for you, Essence. I feel, listening to Hex and hearing what he said, as though whatever happens and whatever is within this citadel runs through each timeline, and it is a root, so to speak. I don't feel that that's the case beyond each portal. The portals that we saw downstairs. I believe once we exit that, it can go into other times or other, not just other places.
I don't know if that's possible.
Do you think that the view from outside of that window is the same outside from when we came in?
I don't know. This place supposedly is a sanctuary from time,
Right.
meant to be a sanctuary from the Keeper's energy. So what happens here happens in linear fashion, and it happens in whatever way it's going to happen.
But that's within these walls.
I
Right?
don't know if it's
Or
room
the
to
whole
room,
realm.
like you suggest, or portal to portal. I don't know. I've never been inside the crystal of an ancient before. This is beyond my capability.
Same.
I would be ready for anything. I feel like we could perhaps meet or see anyone. What's to say that another version of myself doesn't enter? If there were many timelines, I guess I would have to be in here already because they have collapsed from what we heard. But there's a lot to think about. That's why information would be prudent.
Okay. I agree. I should go and look for the others. Okay.
I'll be here.
Okay. How, if I come across you, how will I know it's this you? If I come across you again?
We'll make a secret word.
Yes.
What word would you like? I know pineapple's a popular one.
I was going to suggest blueberry.
Blueberry.
Let's go with pineapple. A pineapple pen.
Pineapple pen.
Pineapple. It's one of my favorite
Ah.
fruits.
Hopefully, pineapple isn't too common and everyone just knows it.
Why don't we say apple pine then?
Say what?
Apple pine.
Apple pie?
Apple pine.
Well, that is unusual.
Pineapple backwards.
What? Okay.
Yes. Okay. Apple pine.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Essence.
Maya,
I embrace her.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Okay. So I tell Kadek what I'm going to do. Oh, is he sleeping? He's
Yeah, he's
resting.
sleeping.
Okay. He's resting.
Hey.
I tuck him in. Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Hey, get up. Get up. No, I tuck him in.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, no, Hutch. No, you're not a knight. No, not yet, Hutch. Just a blacksmith, my loyal blacksmith.
go fix me sword.
Oh man.
Fix me sword, Hutch, then maybe
Fix
we'll
me
talk about being a
sword.
knight.
Okay. Okay, so I stick my head out of the portal.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Done?
What do I say?
And then what?
Oh, wait, hold on.
No, I have to hold on for anything. You stuck your head through the portal.
I stick my head out
Think
of
of
the
something.
portal while I think.
I don't know, bananas?
You stick your
What?
head through the portal
I think of
and you
them.
see some sort of kitchen, and in this kitchen is a lot of fruit,
Okay. I
which
sti- I
apparently
pull
is
my
the
head back
theme of
out.
today's episode.
I pull
So-
my head back out of the portal.
Okay.
Whew. It is common around here. Okay. As I think about Wait, did I see where Kraston went?
No.
I'm scared to go. Okay.
2-hour show.
Use every minute of it.
I think of
Explore the space.
That's Dan's new motto in last year.
okay. I think of Cole
Okay.
and Yeah.
So you think of trees.
no,
I'm
I
just
think of
kidding. I'm
Cole
just messing
and
with
William and Hutch.
No.
Not just any
That's-
tree, a very specific tree.
Yeah, a very specific tree.
You think of corrupted trees. Okay, so you think of Cole.
and I step out of the portal.
You step out of the portal. That's
I put
interesting.
my head out of the portal.
You step your head out of the portal.
But first in, and then you can.
I step through the portal as I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I
Corrupt-
do.
Okay.
2-hour show. Yes, I'm going.
So you
I'm
step-
moving it along.
You step into the portal. You think of Cole, and all of a sudden, you are in the main area by the front door. The knights are on the side. You see 3 of those white figured beings around,
Yes.
and you see everyone there. Immediately, though, you see, I think he's still in your arms.
Yeah.
Don't forget he's 25 feet tall. Still in his arms is, or one hand, I imagine, is Thalen. And you can see Thalen's head has been severed.
The 3 beings that are around, are they the beings that
Yes.
we met with? Okay.
Yes. They're the ones that stayed behind.
Right. Okay.
You're all together.
What has happened to that boy?
He sacrificed himself so that we can gain entrance to the Citadel. How did you find us? Where'd you come from?
I bow my head. Very sorry.
Yeah.
I look at the glowing ones, and I say, "These are our friends."
Yes. They have presented themselves to us.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Caddick, in essence, and myself are. We had visited with Hex.
You are still alive.
We are. Kraston is as well. Last I saw him, anyway, he was supposed to enter the room with us, but he had gone somewhere else. The way these portals work is you just have to imagine where you want to go and be, and you're there.
Is that
What
how you
I'm-
split up? Is that why you're not with them?
That's how I left where I just was, and I imagine that that's how Kraston left us when we were entering the room. There are no doors. You can tell, it's just portals.
No.
So you don't know where he went.
We don't know. I'm imagining it's within the Citadel. We've also been told that the Citadel runs through all timelines. And as you know, the Dark Heart is down, deep below. We were told that they won't destroy it.
The Dark Heart in the Citadel is above
Oh, there's one.
the throne room. It's actually all the way on the ceiling.
There's one in the ceiling, and then there's one all the way down below in the
That's-
temple, but that's not in the Citadel.
In a temple, not a Citadel.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
that's the
Okay.
last.
So there is a Dark Heart, which they keep alive to show generations of their kind to come that evil does exist, and to keep it at bay. Hex didn't allow our weapons in. We surrendered them. They claim that they are a peaceful civilization, peaceful species. Dr. Arcane was still connected to him when he spoke to us from the throne. He embraced Kadok
One of the knights says, connected to how? What does that mean?
with a tube. I don't know exactly what it was.
He was literally connected to it.
Literally connected.
What was in a
Yes.
tube?
I don't know. It seemed. Whatever it was, the doctor claims to be healing him. There, in his throne room, there were many people there feeding upon others that were sacrificing themselves, not to the death, but to satisfy those that were in need.
Yeah.
Richard Wild wants to make a suggestion for Tom to ask us, Cole, what does your soul sight show you?
Well, it's a good question. I suddenly get the urge to use my soul sight, Tony.
You look around, and basically everything is just overly bright because the entire Citadel is the soul of the ancient, the queen. So it's almost difficult to look at the walls. And, you know, and if you have to kind of like try not to turn the sense on for yourself.
I turn it. I shut it down. Shut it all down. All right.
I found the foliage to be interesting myself.
Just some vines and such, and like growth of the forest on the walls amongst the crystal.
So they won't let us destroy this heart.
They will not.
Do you believe that they are peaceful people?
From a certain perspective, yes.
Maya, when we ask to enter the Citadel, a Lord Xavier who worships Hex told us that we had to sacrifice 2 of us in order for him to open the gates. Then he killed Thalen in cold blood. They are not a peaceful people. Peaceful people do not demand sacrifices, and peaceful people do not slay children. I don't know what they're telling you, but they're lying.
Okay.
Just, I kind of gesture to the 3 white robe guys.
The women.
Oh, women, sorry. 3 white robe.
I thought you were trying to get their attention.
No, I'm gesturing to you at them.
We can hear everything within these walls.
Okay.
I apologize.
There might have been. It's difficult for me to explain. I understand. You are correct. A peaceful people would not do that. There might be some other reason.
I have been thinking about what that could be, but we are waiting for our own audience with Lord Hex. Perhaps he will be able to shine some light on that.
I look at one of the glowing beings and I say, are you able to answer my friend's question here?
What is your question?
Why must a sacrifice have been made to enter? Why is that the only choice, and why slay this child?
If a great insult was made, a sacrifice would have been made on the insulting party, of course.
But why two?
Redemption, an eye for an eye, is what we believe.
I see.
As to say a child has been slain, I do not know the situation, but I would imagine the child had some part in the decision.
He did.
Is this able to be fixed?
If the Sacred One deems it so, it could be. My personal belief is that he would not fix it. Again, we believe in an eye for an eye.
If the Sacred One would be able to fix that, why would he not be able to fix what had been done to himself or the other version of him?
I do not
Is
understand.
that possible?
Perhaps your questions are better asked to him.
I see. Thank you.
As you're sitting there, you see another one of those beings, just like the three women there, comes down the lift. Looks like a beam of light teleports into the area, and she walks out.
The Sacred One is ready to see you. You may enter.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Just think up as you step into the light.
Think up.
Yes.
Is that what are we going into?
Not a portal. You're going into like a funnel of light, almost like a spotlight coming down. And
Is it a
goes
portal?
up and down? No. Well,
Like a light rail.
Yes and
like
no.
Light way.
yes and no.
25 XP. I step in and think up.
Giant tree disappears. Do you have Thalen with you?
I'll go. If he's not moving yet, I'll go next.
William goes.
Maya,
Yes.
if this doesn't come with me, you take it and you keep it until I come back. Okay?
You don't want me to come with you?
Are you coming? I thought you were staying.
You do not have an audience.
I see. I'll take it.
No, I'm.
Oh,
if
okay.
if I go up and it stays here,
Oh, yeah, sure.
then you take it.
Yeah. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
I step onto the light and I think up.
You step into the light. As you disappear into light, there's a huge blast of energy that kind of like sends like a wave, like of amber light, and then both the amber light and the white light go up. Very different than anyone else who goes on it.
Me stay with you. Me no like light lifts. Me have bad experience on lift.
Very true. Love. Very true.
So true.
Okay, Lump.
I'll
Lump,
stay
is
with you,
it?
Lump. Better here than whatever's up there.
And you are.
Oh, I'm Sparky.
Hi, Sparky.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Maya.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Well, let's see. Now to find Creston.
Okay, yeah, we'll help you find him.
Great.
Great, let's do it. You know, me and Lump, we worked together before.
You have.
Yeah,
Seems like you make a good team.
yeah.
What's your special skill?
Well, usually he just throws me into things. And I try to cast a spell before I land there.
That sounds right.
Excellent.
Don't cast Sparky.
Lump cast Sparky.
Hopefully he don't have to cast me anytime today.
No promises.
No promise.
Yes, no promises.
Please note that I put on both tracks.
Ooh.
An ethereal track and the dark track.
Crossing the beams.
The audience cannot hear this, and in the live audience they can't hear this.
Oh.
Oh.
But the audience after the fact will hear a completely different track. Just so you know, I am playing both dark and light tracks right now for the crew here.
It works. Trust us.
Okay. You appear in a room that is the exact room I described to Kadok a long time ago when he woke up after being trapped in the darkness for a second. You're in a large room that is made of crystal. It is a throne room. There are these illustrious stairs that go up to what the throne is, maybe about like 25 feet in the air. And all over, which goes on very, very far distance. Imagine about 50 yards in every direction. Is a sea of people. And most of these people are vampiric. Amongst them are mortals who walk around, but instead of serving everyone drinks and food, Tom's already wincing, they are being served the mortal's wrist or the neck. And you can even hear them talking about, like, oh, I wish to dine upon this one and that one. It seems to be the elites of society. You can tell they're wealthy. And amongst them, you see those light beings walking around. You do see some other guards that appear to be in like full plate crystal armor. Every time they move, you see the rainbow light glimmers a little bit. You stand in the room, just looking around, and the one that brought you in just motions for you to follow her. She brings you over to the bottom of the stairs. You will wait here for a moment. She moves away. You can roleplay. Everyone is looking over at you because a giant tree walks in and people are like, did the forest come alive and come in to get an audience with the Sacred One?
All right. Let's now. Let's try and pick a fight. All right?
What if Hex says no? Can we pick a fight then?
No to what? Us destroying the heart?
No,
We already know they don't want that.
Thalen.
Oh.
Well, let's see what he says. I guess trust our instincts. But if we pick a fight first, he'll almost definitely say no. That's all I'm thinking. All right?
Well, before he offered his life, I was willing to give mine for the king, and I still am. So if Hex says no, I'll be picking a fight with him then, regardless of what happens with my life.
All right. All right.
Everyone, the Sacred One joins us.
See everyone claps. Any one of you clap?
I've got my hands full.
It's two. Okay. You see Hex comes around from behind his throne very high up. Remember, these stairs are about 25 feet, and then it's a ledge maybe about 15 feet wide. A tube connects from him to another who comes around, and it's the doctor. The doctor sits on like a small side chair next to the throne, and Hex sits down. This is not the Hex that you threw off. Well, that Krasen threw off the dragon, not the Hex that you threw off the dragon prior. That's funny.
This is new Hex.
It just occurred to me that he was dropped from a dragon twice.
It's a tough day. This is new Hex.
Stay away from them dragons.
Yeah, for sure.
How long is this tube?
It's probably about 5 feet.
How thick is it? Like a garden hose?
No,
Ugh.
no, like a tube you would have if you're hooked up to an IV.
Oh, just like a.
Just like that.
Thin line.
Then tube
Simple
line.
tube.
Okay.
It's a simple tube.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I have just saw the rest of your party. They now rest comfortably.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
forgive the others here in this room. They have not seen a lark as yourself. We are getting unusual guests today. We don't see much of the outside.
Just to be clear, is this Hex talking or Dr. Arcane talking?
This is all Hex.
Okay.
And, this
we
is,
try-
and to be even more clear, this is the Hex that was confused and was taken by the
right,
doctor. On.
Right. New Hex. New Hex.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Well, we don't mean to disturb your Highness. But I only come with a humble request, if not a simple one.
I am listening. Make your request.
We were offered a hard bargain to gain entrance to your citadel,
I was informed.
and our king, before any of us had a chance, gave up his life for our entrance. Can that be undone, traded for any other way?
While it is possible to do this, it is the way of our people. I will be breaking our own laws in front of our subjects who hold these values very dear.
I do not say we should not pay the price, whatever your price is. I simply ask. I ask for a trade. My life for his.
I can appreciate that. But in our customs, the matter is settled. It is settled.
Why was his life needed?
A life was needed.
Why?
Well, you dropped the body of my predecessor to the floor, the most sacred of all in the Citadel.
Don't you mean you?
I do not.
You're not the same person.
I am not the same. The Hexer you killed is a similar being to me, but from another timeline. He experienced a different life than I have experienced. It was fortunate that I was here to arrive to make my way back to the Citadel. It's not the first time that the Citadel has seen a duplicate of another person walk through. The Citadel is between time itself. But I would imagine that outsiders as you might be confused by this. That is all right.
We do have some experience with meeting people from other timelines, even duplicates, so
Yes.
the general concept is there. Your Highness, I know the other members of our party probably talked to you about our righteous quest and all that goes along with it.
They did.
I have to tell you right now, and I understand you have spoken on the subject, but I ask you again to reconsider or find a loophole in the way that your law is structured. I don't feel like we can do much of anything of worth with the sacrifice that was made by our king.
Let me put your mind at ease. Your name?
Cole.
Cole. The necromancer, from what he has done in the prime material plane, has disrupted all things, all timelines. From what I know from before, if you are successful, the prince or perhaps a king in your world will be fine. What happens here does not matter. What does matter is that you succeed in your quest. And your quest is not one for you to succeed by yourself. In fact, it is also our quest as well. Look to the very top of this room. It goes up quite far, but in its darkness up there, you can see one of the hearts. It is kept at bay from our guardian angels. I wonder if you would ask the question of why we do this and don't slay it.
If you say that your quest and ours are the same, that did jump into my mind, Your Highness. Yes.
What would happen if the last heart you killed was the one in the temple below?
I don't know.
Reality would cease to exist for you. But what if you kill it here? This place is a sanctuary from time.
It's just outside of time.
You can merely walk out the door, back into whatever timeline has reformed. We are safe here. This is the last heart to be killed. The problem is, the forces of the Necromancer are very strong. I don't know what you've encountered here, but it is nothing compared to what is down below and what is considered hell. And if you are not familiar, the temple of the Necromancer is even below that.
My understanding, Your Highness, is that the way it was presented to us, at least, that this citadel filled with vampires would probably be an easier task than defeat the Necromancer. That is how difficult that has been presented to us. And yet, we must do what we must do. If, now, my understanding again, and I appreciate the fact that you are not the same hex that we were familiar with. My understanding is that that hex and the Necromancer had some sort of working relationship. You're saying you do not?
No. And from what I know, the old Hex felt the same. In fact, the people here feel the same. They have no love for the Necromancer. Outside those walls should be the normal world, the world everyone knows. But to walk out there now, it's not that. It is the realm of shadow. To the people here, the world outside became shadow. To you, your journey, it seems, perhaps you came here intentionally, or by accident. Don't be confused about what is actually happening and your perspective. All of time has become what is here. Everything that exists now is everything that exists. So we are on the same side, and we do understand what you face. And we would help you face it. In fact, I offered these same terms to my brother.
What did he say?
Well, while he is different than the brother I know, the brother I had, I was forced to kill. I thought this one would be more open. He had his chance for great power, and he squandered it.
That sounds like the category that we know. Your Highness, your offer is very generous. What, if you would not mind me asking, what help do you intend to offer us? Our quest, our joint quest.
My warriors, of course.
I look around. I'm flattered, and if your offer is here, we can certainly use the help, especially if we are to travel through hell and below to face the evil forces of darkness.
Of course, your group must accept this, while you seem open to it.
Yes. I don't even know if my colleagues here are on the same page as me. So, let alone your somewhat brother and my other colleagues. Do we have time to confer, or is this a decision that we must make right now?
You could confer. I would like to ask this question to you.
Your name is Hutch, yes?
Sir Hutch. Yes.
A knight. I did not know you as a knight before.
How did you know me?
A blacksmith. You carry something very powerful.
I do.
I can sense that within it is also great power. In the form of two dragons.
2 dragons.
Two. I offered my brother to rule the Citadel with me. I don't sit here hungry for power. I don't know how you knew another version of me before. That is not me. And also, you see, the warriors of my Citadel will not follow another into battle. That is not worthy. Therefore, I am required to allow another to rule the Citadel with me. I offer this to you, the wielder of a crystal hammer. If you can wield that power, perhaps you can wield this power as well. You would not be more powerful or less powerful than I. You would share the same responsibility. Responsibility to keep the Citadel safe, to keep the millions of people within it safe.
And when and how would I do this?
You would walk up here, sit in his throne, make your connection. Accepting the power is simply said, but harder done.
I trust you.
Would I not be able to go down?
You would be able to go down. I would have to stay here.
But this way, your forces would
They-
follow a leader.
Indeed.
As opposed, they wouldn't go without a leader. Well, they need 2 leaders.
You see, in the past, I would lead it, but I am the last hex.
You're proposing that I rule the Citadel with you, equally,
Indeed.
and then lead the forces down.
Yes.
When we succeed, then what?
We would come back here. We would slay the Darkheart. You walk out the door. Unless you wish to stay.
That's the plan. Go down, beat that one, come up here, slay this one, we win.
Indeed.
Would I be bound to stay here?
You could release yourself. You see, the test is when you sit on this throne.
What kind of test would I be subject to?
It is a test that Lord Commander Katak, my brother, failed. Do you believe you can succeed where he fails?
I do.
When you sit upon this chair, the Dungeon Master's chair, you will feel great power. You will have all desires to ask for such great things. You will believe that. Why not ask for this? Why not create that? But the effect of one thing and the next only takes apart the sacred time that is kept within these walls. So yes, sit here. Manifest anything you'd like.
wish for anything you like, but I tell you it comes at a price. The power is so great, it is no less than the power of an ancient, and in fact, it is the power of an ancient.
And if I fail?
If you fail, we will all face the consequences. You see, we are in the 11th hour. As I said, this is the last timeline. I am the last version of myself to rule here. The people trust me. You wield something that is very powerful. Perhaps the next powerful thing after this Citadel itself. I wish for to be my brother, but he squandered his time. He could not focus his thoughts, distracted by the ancients above.
Okay.
Do you feel comfortable accepting this? You could also, if you feel another is worthy.
I will accept.
So be it. Let it be seen that Hutch, the knight, has accepted the challenge. May us all be blessed. Come.
As you walk up, I whisper, "Don't bring him back. Not now."
Talk a little louder.
Sorry, I really whispered.
I know.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. I was into the character. I whispered, "Don't bring him back. Not now. Don't do it.
Okay.
If it works, you can do it later."
Okay, out of game. We're going to switch chairs.
Oh man.
Check, check, check. It's always so weird to see me sitting other places.
This
I
is
know.
so weird. I'm sorry.
What we're gonna do now, Dungeon Master? Okay, so
The power.
Todd, you can cut to me. I'll leave this. I'll leave this here. So you're gonna have 30 seconds. I'm gonna start the clock now.
30 seconds.
Now, in this 30 seconds, you must figure out what you're gonna do, what you're gonna say. Remember that when you make the wish, every single word that you say in the wish is going to be counted. If you
I-
backstep it,
15 seconds left.
I
if you
wish.
backstep it, or if you do it
Go,
forward
go,
or
go,
anything like
go,
that,
go,
Go.
Time,
You're gonna have a-
time,
have a
go.
I
problem.
wish to know.
you're saying that in game.
Go, time.
Say it.
4 seconds.
How to unlock the powers of
Stop.
the hammer.
Time's up. Switch seats.
You're a meanie, Mr. Grinch.
Right?
Did it again.
Did it again. Oh my god. But you put the. That was cool.
I like the clock. I like the
Yeah,
clock.
you showed the clock. That was cool.
I said the last time that I've
Yes,
started
but
the
you
clock.
didn't show it.
Yeah.
This is cool. It's better because.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of tension. There was a lot of tension.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still didn't matter much.
what do we see happen?
Okay, so you wish to know the powers. I wish to know the powers of the hammer.
To unlock the hammer.
You unlock the powers of the
To
hammer.
unlock the power of the
What's the
hammer.
exact wording? I wish to unlock the powers of the hammer.
I wish to
I wish
know,
to know,
how to unlock the powers of the hammer. Is what he
Ah.
said.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
sure, yeah. That
Yeah.
sounds right.
Okay. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make a will check,
Oh god.
and it's gonna be a basic will check. You're gonna have one chance at it. There's no re-rolls or anything like that.
What about stubborn?
No luck. Oh, that's
You can use stubborn or your luck. I'll allow that. Choose one or the other,
Can use stubborn or my
because this would be happening in an instant. So
What's your luck?
2,
What's stubborn
and
give you?
my will is 1.
Stubborn give you?
Stubborn's advantage, right?
yeah.
So it's either rolling 2d6s or rolling 1d6, but adding 2
Yeah,
dice for
use
luck.
your luck.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Use your
just
luck.
Right?
yeah.
Use your
But
luck.
I
You get more
don't.
dice.
I don't have a reroll though.
Either way, you don't
But
have
you
to reroll.
using
No.
you don't have to.
You have
Either
3
way.
chances or you have 2 chances. Think of it that way.
How does stubborn work now that there's? Would it work that same way? I just would roll D3,
you would roll.
3d6.
Yeah. So how much? What is your roll going to be? 3. 3 of them. Your normal roll is 3.
No, my will is 1.
Yeah.
And if I were to do stubborn, I would get a reroll
On the 1.
Right.
on the 1
So
like
you might as well roll with
my
luck.
with my luck though, right? Is it the same either way?
No.
What's your luck?
No.
2.
So you're
So
better off
it's
just
3.
using your luck and
Yeah.
3 dice,
Right.
Okay.
and you're
Instead
looking
of
for you're
reroll.
looking for 1/6.
Okay.
Here
You
we
do
go.
this. You
You
got
got
this.
And
three,
this is it. Yeah,
3
one-
dice.
Yes.
Once I roll
One
these
shot.
D3s, no
That
reroll.
doesn't. Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
it, Dan.
All right. Should I roll them all at once?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
2-hour show.
God! Oh my God!
Wow.
How
that
many
was
sixes you got?
Deep.
3, 4, 6.
Wow.
Oh my God!
That was deep. That was a deep
Yeah.
war.
'Cause I saw
Yeah.
3, I saw 4, and I looked at the 6 last. I didn't think I had it, but I got it.
You feel a connection, and you see the Citadel like sparkle, like rainbow light, up to the top and down.
Oh my God!
And you feel like
And
the
you-
answer is great, and it is powerful, and it's beginning to make its way into your subconscious, but it's going to take time. Like it's being funneled through, but you feel like you were successful. It's only a matter of time before I can understand the hammer. You open your eyes, and you see him look at you. What did you ask for?
I asked for the full knowledge of this hammer.
That is good. Unfortunately, that doesn't qualify you to be leader. You ask for something of the self. And we would hope that you ask something for our people, the Citadel.
I was hoping to use the power of the hammer to lead the army down into hell.
And indeed you can use it. It is the grace that was bestowed upon you. But you won't be a leader with me, unfortunately. That is the test. You wish for yourself. And yes, to help do others, but it's still for yourself.
So now what?
The Citadel is here. I hope that you will kill the heart, but we cannot help you.
All right.
Okay.
He motions you back down the steps.
I go down.
Everyone, our guests, are welcome here. They have paid their dues. They have answered their redemption with sacrifice of one of their own. A sacrifice of 2, of course. For I believe the blade was enchanted with the soul of your king, which I believe is why it was accepted. So the soul of King Thauen and his son Thalen reside within these walls. And they will be safe here. You may stay here. I invite you to relax. the people in the party begin to talk again, and he starts talking to the doctor. I bid you a fond farewell for today. My disciples will show you to your rooms if you wish. He gets up. He walks behind the throne. Everyone starts talking again, and the three of you are there.
That's just great. He wants us to succeed, but he won't help.
But, well, still. Thanks. I don't know. That didn't seem to me to be a selfish ask, I guess.
Well, now we know there's one way to bring back King Thalen. So now we're not only fighting to save our timeline, but we're fighting to save him as well.
Are any of the white-coated people nearby?
Yeah.
Is there a place here that I can lay him to rest? I did not want to leave his body on the stones outside, and I don't wish to leave it.
There is a place that we go to bury our dead, so to speak. I can bring you there if you wish.
I do.
She leads you back to the lift, the white light, and she beckons you to follow her
Up or down?
down.
I'll go with him.
Okay. You go down. Follow.
Yeah.
Same thing with the yellow light. Both lights go down. Suddenly you're on a level where the crystal permeates into the room like a part of the structure. And you see in another area of the room, kind of in the center, is kind of like an area where the crystal meets from different angles. We take our dead and we put them on the center, on the crystal and surrounded by it. It is considered the center of the very Citadel. We are many miles below where we were before. It allows any last trace of the soul to be connected to the crystal around us and ensures that they live on. You may say anything you wish. It is thought that they can hear us.
I lay him down.
Okay, you lay him down on like a crystal slab right there, and again, there's all points of crystals like coming in.
Is there a
in different
possibility that I can kind of, it's terrible, that I can lay his head somewhat approaching where it would be? Like, is it,
Yes,
like it's not going to like roll off or anything like that?
yes.
I put my hand upon his head, and I just say, "I'm sorry that I failed you." I walk away.
King Thalen, I pledged my life for you once, and I pledge it again, here and now. We will destroy these dark hearts, and we will bring you back. And if we do not, I will be joining you where you are now. I step away.
I go up and kneel and pay my respects in silence.
Okay. As you're kneeling down, you see an image of Thalen appear, standing like a ghost, and you see Thawen standing behind him. And Thawen has his arms around him, and they're kind of just looking at all of you.
I guess I join him in kneeling. Presence. Bow my head.
You see King Thowen goes like this. And he kind of points to where Thalen is laying down, his actual body. And you see Fragratch appears. Except that now it's kind of glowing with like the rainbow energy of the Citadel.
I look at the white cloaked person.
It is meant to be one of yours. Thowen looks at you.
All right. I'll get up. Go over to it. Take it.
You take it. You can feel the power of it. You are now the new owner of Fragratch. You see the light from the white portal. And you see Lord Xavier walk out. And you see... You see 4 others of his guards or militia. And he walks over to the 3 of you.
I don't mean to be rude. Honor your friend. When you are done, I wish to speak with you.
He kind of moves back. Abyssia, if you want to be here now, Abyssia, if Maya, if you want to be here, you can. You could say that you found out what's going on, because obviously they would have told you this is a huge moment.
Okay.
Do you want to be here?
Yeah.
You appear, so you come down here. You appear, and you see Maya kind of walk in the room as well. You see the 4 dark angels, and you see obviously them. You see the apparition of Thalen and Thowen. And you see that he's holding Fragratch. Okay. Role play.
So
Richard Wall has a comment before we continue. Please, can you put this up as a suggestion for this group? If they leave the Citadel Darkheart to last, then wouldn't that mean the Necromancer could just walk out into any timeline?
well, if we trust what we're being told today, there are no other timelines, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did say
Jonathan Willis thinks he won't help because Dr. Arcane, the Necromancer, is controlling him. And Richard said before, I think he wants all power in one place. If they leave the Citadel to last, the Necromancer just walk out. Okay, as we said before, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, there is a certain amount of, which is out of game, right? There's a certain amount of, just because someone told us something doesn't mean it's true, kind of a vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in game, I'm not going to, in a throne room full of vampires, tell their king that he's a liar. I think you're full of, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Back to, I quickly explained to Maya what we're doing here. This is the time, probably the last time to pay all respects.
Okay. I kneel down in silence. Stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did your meeting go?
We'll fill you in later. I guess I go over to the spectral images of our last 2 kings.
Mm-hmm. Richard Wild is also suggesting you use truth, your skill.
Well, I would show me that a half an hour ago. What did I say? So I go over to I just say to them, what Hutch said was much more eloquent, but I want you both to know I feel the same way. We are going to win. We're going to set this right.
Who are you talking to?
The spirits of
Okay, sorry.
yeah, the spirits of Thowen and Thalen. we're going to win and we're going to set this right. The only way that's not going to happen is if we are dead trying. We will. We will.
Thawen reaches his hand out. The apparition puts it on you. You have allies here. They disappear.
I get up.
Did anyone else hear that? Sometimes I just hear things that are like ghosts. All
Did
right.
we hear that?
You can roll overall perception checks, and if you did, if you get a 6, you did.
1.
Yeah, 6.
Do you have a survival?
Oh, yeah.
So add your survival to your perception.
Okay.
That's your total dice.
Okay.
You can't re-roll that one, though.
Okay. Well, all right. I have 3.
All right, so roll 2.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Try and collect myself for a second, turn around and face this guy.
You face the man who killed
Yeah.
Thalen. And he sits there like as if he's at a funeral. He's being very respectful. So you face him. Do you walk up to him, or do you prompt him to speak, or do you?
Yeah, I'm very cognizant of how big I am, so I don't like try and get him in his business. But yes, my lord, if you would like to speak to us, we are finished here now.
Would ask that one of you try to take up Lord Hex's offer, the Sacred One's offer.
I was under the impression we did try that and failed.
We want to destroy the Dark Heart, the temple. But we cannot go if Hex or another of his type does not lead us.
You are bound to be a leader of this place. If Lord Hex is open for another one of us trying, I will all try if that gets us assistance in doing what we want to do. But
At this point, he made his decision. The only way another decision can be made is if you challenged him for rulership.
challenged him for rulership.
A few of us agree with this notion, but many would not understand.
Challenged him for leadership in combat, I imagine you mean, and then if we beat him in combat,
Indeed,
sit upon the throne.
there are many that have no love for the line of Hex that ruled the Citadel. And there are many that do. Anyone who enters the Citadel was invited has the right to challenge. Whether that is wise, it is up to you. But he is right. A leader must go, and a leader must stay.
Then how does that help us? If we defeat him in combat and
Right.
take the throne from him, how does that help us? If one person has to stay here and one person has to go down.
I believe that none of you are powerful enough to face the necromancer in his temple below, or the spirits within, or his minions and such. I believe you will fail without the help of the angels.
If you really want to defeat him that badly and destroy the Dark Hearts as much as we do, then just come with us.
I cannot. I am honor-bound.
Honor-bound.
Indeed.
A man who severs the head of a boy is honor-bound.
Whether it was the head of a boy, a man, or any other, that does not matter.
It matters.
The deal was struck.
Don't speak to me about honor. You have none.
I'm sorry you do not understand our ways. But I try to come to you now with a possible solution. You see, this existence, this reality, will not matter The Citadel will matter. That will stand. It is important to honor everything that it is. Because in the end, the Citadel will be all that's left. But this world, it will be gone.
Still bring us nothing. Even if one of us challenges him and beats him, that leaves one leader that's still no good for the situation.
The leader can choose another. Hex just will not. He sees you to be the likely candidate. He could offer someone else. But I know him. At least I know his type. He gave his brother a shot. He gave you a chance. And he asked you if you thought anyone else worthy. Unless you can find someone else that he has already not passed over or not given a try to, there is no other hope. I have said my piece. And I wish you the best.
Okay.
He walks up to the light. The others follow him. They leave.
If
This creature is the most frustrating.
you don't mind me saying so, I feel that he maybe has looked over someone or one that is quite powerful that we came with.
Who?
Essence. Just a thought, but
Where is Essence now?
Yes.
Aren't we in existential danger with her not jumping into that hammer?
she seems to feel uneasy moving around within the crystal. Within this crystal.
I share that.
I don't know.
I share that notion. How do we get out of how do we travel in this place?
So she's in the room with Kadik, where he's resting. What? Is there a portal to the entrance of this room?
There's a portal in this room also, besides the light.
Okay. So, from what I know, my experience in this citadel is that when you enter a portal, you think of where you wish to be within the citadel, and that is where you will appear. If
Think about where I want to go.
Can you
and then-
find her? Can you bring her back to us?
Oh,
I don't know how safe that is. I think it would be safer if we went to her rather than have her energy travel through the portals more than it has to.
Okay.
Did Essence go with you when you spoke to Hex?
She did.
And Hex did not recognize her power.
She chose to stand back and not make waves with him. Kadik and I and Creston did most of the talking.
Perhaps still a possibility.
It's a good thought, Maya.
It's maybe one shot we have of someone that could possibly overpower him, but I'm not sure.
So we should go and see if she'll meet with him. What do you think?
I don't think she should try to overpower him. I think your first idea was best.
Well, yeah.
Maybe she doesn't hide herself from him. And she sees if he'll make her the offer for the throw.
again, I just want to reiterate the fact that we're under the impression that if she does not get into your hammer post haste, that hammer may erupt and destroy all timelines.
It might be very different within the Citadel.
Yes, but it
might not.
It's still
Right.
still a
Right.
concern.
And we'll still have to leave at one point or another. I don't know if
If she
the
leaves with us, it could be in the hammer.
We might be able to, or she might be able to, lead the army from the hammer, I suppose.
How did your meeting with Hex go? What did he have you do?
You see your light come down, and you see it's Lump. Whoa.
you're okay.
Okay.
Where's Sparky?
He walks. You see Sparky crawling after him. You see Lump. Lump is wearing full crystal armor, and he has
Oh
a
my
hammer that's all
God.
crystal. Me like this.
How
Me know we have mission, but me take.
you just took that from someone?
Did you, somebody give you all this?
Sparky looks up. You probably should leave soon.
Aw,
Oh my
guys.
All right, let's get Caddick
Please
and-
try not to start
but
any more
listen,
trouble here.
Sparky. Me cast quiet.
All right. Good.
Man.
Taking time for that. All right, good. Let's find everyone else and see what we're gonna do next.
I don't know
find
where
Essence.
Craston is, but I can take you to Essence and Caddick.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You guys go through the portal.
Think about Caddick.
Think of Essence
You brought
and
Caddick,
Caddick.
and you also all have the right to go there, so you do. You go directly into the room, and you see Essence is still at the window, but she's kind of standing up like this, kind of like looking out. And Caddick is, oh, Hutch. What am I watch, Hutch?
No dreaming about Hutch.
He's sleeping. You guys are all in the room. You're together. The entire party is now together, besides the knights that are below.
What about Craston
Besides Craston.
and Craston? Okay.
All
so
right.
Craston. Essence. I found them.
That's good news.
Whoa.
It is.
I don't know about how much good news we have, Essence. Since we saw you last, King Thagan sacrificed himself so that we can enter. We met with Lord Hex, tested by him, and passed and failed that test at the same time. I don't know how else to put it. We're no closer to destroying a Dark Heart or leaving here than we were when we arrived.
I believe that we should leave sooner than later. I do not like it here.
Why? Can you explain?
I do not like being encased in the soul crystal of an ancient. I do not like my fate hangs on the tip of a blade by the ruler who is another version of himself. One that has never ruled, yet his line has ruled before. He seeks to hand out power so easily. Plus the matter that I need to stabilize that hammer.
Since I know you and I have had dealings with Dr. Arcane in the past, do you know exactly what is in that tube?
I assumed it was blood.
It's blood. There's a matter that we'd like to discuss about with you. Do you remember when Hex offered the throne to Caddick
Yes.
and Caddick failed? He gave that same test to Hutch as he saw that Hutch was carrying a very powerful item and believed that it was possible for him to rule alongside.
You wish for me to take this position?
I think you're the only one that could possibly challenge him, or
I could do this. But I must be in the hammer. I don't know what's inside it, but I do know it needs my stability. If I am able to
take this position inside the hammer while the hammer is in the hands of one of you, then so be it. If that's what helps move us forward and leave this place.
Okay. Thank you.
If
We'll
that's
take
possible.
very good care of you.
Is this what you all want me to do?
No, I don't. I don't know if that will work, and I don't think it's. I think it's a better idea for you to just get in the hammer. That is my opinion. I don't know if this will work. I don't know if it'll work. We don't want to get down there. She gets in the hammer, and then all the troops that we thought were going to fight with us leave. And we don't even know if this ties her. If she's tied to the crystal, can she get inside the hammer now?
What did King Thowan say to you?
Said we have friends here, allies.
Who do you think they are?
I do not know.
What reason has Hex given you to not believe him?
Every version of Hex that I've ever met or heard
This
about.
Hex. This Hex.
Sorry. Every version
apologize.
of Hex, every version of Hex that I have met or known has been twisted, full of hate, and desiring for power and revenge.
Have you seen other versions of Hex connected to Dr. Arcane, the way this one is?
I have not. I have met Dr. Arcane once before. It was in the desert when him and Prior Hex said that they were going to try and murder us because we wouldn't do what he wanted. Now, this man is not saying the same thing, but he's giving us the same deal. I'll give you what you want on my terms and my terms alone. You won, but you did it right, but you did it wrong. I do not know if anyone can pass this test.
He is also protecting his people.
That's fine. But if he says, if what he says he believes, then protecting his people means sending them down to help us.
Maybe we just ask him. Sparky says. I mean, we're worried about the crystal and such. I don't know a lot about the crystal, but I know that we could just ask them if that's okay. If they say they're not going to honor it, they seem like they're all about honor.
Very wise, Sparky. I think that's a good idea. How do you feel?
I do not feel like I'm in a mental state to make good decisions right now.
I apologize.
You don't have to apologize. Not your fault. I'm telling you that I do not feel like I'm in a state to make good decisions right now. So I don't know if anybody is, but I am not. I think that I agree. We need to figure out what we're going to do one way or the other and get out of here as quickly as possible. I do not like the fact that we are told that every conversation we have can be heard by everybody that is in one of those white robes, and we have been told by somebody who presumes to be a leader here that he wishes us to usurp the king and kill him and overtake him. And like, that's just, no one said anything about that. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. And I'm very ill at ease. So if anybody has a plan that they think is a good plan, go ahead and do it.
Maybe it's not to kill him. Maybe it's to challenge him at a better way of taking care of his people, or it could be something as simple as that.
Sure.
Hutch. He chose you because of the hammer. Do you know how to use the hammer?
I wished to know how to use all of the powers of the hammer. I feel the knowledge coming to me, but it's not here yet.
Okay. So then it's possible that Essence could leave with us. Should she challenge him, and she could get in the hammer, and the warriors could come with us. As a possibility, it is possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
William, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, we could try to ask. We could try to see if that's possible. But
Would you like to, do you feel like you're in a state to be able to ask?
I suppose.
Whatever we're going to do, we should just do it.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Essence challenging Hex, or are we talking about...
I don't wish to fight this man.
I think
Right.
asking if Hex would approve of her
taking the same
Challenge
test
as
that I
some...
did?
Exactly.
Right. Well,
Not challenging.
Not
Not
challenging,
challenging.
but seeing
Okay,
if
so
she's
just-
worthy
Seeing if
and
okay,
Of being
to
cool.
rule
To take the
alongside.
test.
Yes.
Right.
as it were.
We also want to know if Essence is in the hammer, will X's warriors still follow her as a leader of the Citadel?
She,
Will she still be recognized as a leader of the
I
Citadel?
guess we just have to ask.
she uses the hammer as a form of transportation,
Yes, she could. That's true.
right?
Essence, how do you feel about all this?
It is a way that I can serve. I must go into the hammer either way.
Right.
So,
Thank you.
If one way will get us the warriors, that would be best. Thank you, Essence.
okay. So we're gonna move this along. You guys make your way out of the room, I imagine. Caddick's still sleeping. Love says, "Me gonna lay low for a while. We sit down." Spark says, "Yeah, I'll stay with you. Okay, no problem." If anyone notices
He covers himself.
this is gone, maybe you don't know where it is.
Okay, Lump.
It's true.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't really know where we are. So
Me
yeah.
know what I'm not know what I'm talking about either.
Are you you're gonna stay here with Kadek?
Yeah,
Listen, do me a favor.
right.
Every time you hear him say
Mm-hmm.
Hutch, blacksmith,
Uh-huh.
I want you to very quietly in his ear whisper,
Quiet. Me quiet.
whisper,
Okay.
Sir Hutch, Knight of Andar.
Sir Hutch, Knight of Andar.
Nice and quiet now, Lump. Right in his ear.
Got it.
Thank you, Lump.
Always remembering. Always on.
Oh man, that message is gonna be interesting.
I love it.
It's gonna be really interesting.
I love it.
Everyone roll a d6. You guys leave. You go into the portal. You make your way up top. Anyone roll a 6?
No.
Now,
No.
You roll already?
Oh, needs a reroll.
Tell
Why
you
are
what,
we
if
rolling?
he was a reroll, let everyone roll again.
Why are we rolling?
This is to see if
Use it
Kadek
reroll.
says
how it goes.
Oh, all right, if it sticks?
yeah.
Reroll.
Well, if he does it for an opportunity
Lump does
for
it-
Love to do it.
No.
One.
No.
Damn
Wow, I'll roll twice for it. No,
Oh man.
so it doesn't happen
Alright.
at least in the immediate future.
Man.
But Lump seems ready to do it. You guys make your way up. I'm sorry, you go through the portal. Different, sideways, horizontal. You walk through, and you see everyone is kind of shocked that you're all back. They expect you to be resting. You were here. You had your chance. You make your way through, and you see the. Richard, yes, fans can roll in Discord. So if you guys, so our fans are now asking if they can roll for
Yes, yes.
for a Hutch. I'm sorry, for Hutch's message for Lump, for Kadek. Yes. So Richard, let me know if anyone rolls a 6 and how many times it is. Meanwhile, you guys go into this grand throne room again. Again, you see the whole crystal walls. It's obviously it's very very wide. Whatever you picture, widen it. Because I know what I picture, and that's not big enough. So widen it. Goes up to the top. The dark heart is all the way up in the shadows above. There's actually some flying angels there that are kind of guarding it. And one of the disciples, the glowing women who walk over.
You have returned. What is your desire? Why do you come?
There's another one amongst our party that we feel that King Hex may think worthy of his challenge, and we would like to present that opportunity for him.
She turns to another, and you get the feeling that they're speaking telepathically. You can
I
kind of hear it.
them.
Yeah. This is what it is said.
Do you think their intentions are honest? I do not know. We could bring it to the Sacred One himself and let him decide, of course. I feel that is right.
The rest of you just see him look at each other.
One moment.
Do I tell them what they say?
If you want to say it out loud.
I just want to, yeah.
You say it out loud?
For them, just them to hear, not the whole room.
No, the question is, do you say it out loud? Yes or no?
Can I say it to them, actually? The glowing beings? I'll say our intentions are true.
Good.
That's a flex, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that was serious, serious.
That was a very serious. That was a flex in game and out. Because you would just wiggled yourself out of that realm. She walks up to the throne. She walks behind the throne room, and you wait for a couple of minutes, and she comes back.
Everyone, the Sacred One graces us with his presence once more. Please, celebrate him.
You're clapping a lot more now. I'm very happy. Before
That was like 4 this time.
before you did like 4 over like 10 seconds, and now you're like, you're warming up. You're warming up. This guy he ain't that bad. Ain't that bad. You know, it could be worse.
Best of the
Could be
worst.
worse.
That's the worst.
I've known a lot of hexes in my time.
I know. Actually, listen. If you see the other hexes, you wouldn't be clapping. But no, this guy, yeah. Come on, you can clap too.
In 2 weeks, I'm gonna be like, yeah!
Let's go.
You're going to have hex painted on your chest. H-E-X. Everyone has
Hex fist pumps.
You know, I used to not even clap at all, but now
Gotta support the team.
the whole support the team, the whole thing.
rainbow war paint.
You're raising a rainbow. Hex. But I digest. You see, Hex comes walking around. Everybody applauds. He sits down. The tube still inserted in his wrist. He sits. I am told you have someone else to offer for our bargain. I would like to present myself. I am Essence. And if you cannot detect it already, I'm an ancient dragon. I do have an important mission. My mission is to get inside that hammer, to move my soul within it. I do this because the hammer is powerful, has contained much energy from many different timelines. If I do not do this, the hammer could destroy the very fabric of our reality. Therefore, I must enter. But I've been told you look for someone that you deem worthy to be ruler with you here. So I do not know of what conscious state or being I will have inside. I've never been in the hammer. I do not know of what I can add, but perhaps I can take this position. And while the hammer will be held by someone here, I will no less be leading this expedition. Yes. He's like, it's me. It's me.
Yes, sir.
She sees you. She's just like, chooses not to
She didn't want to
add a footnote.
speak for you.
Yeah.
If this is something that you would be all right, if I could perhaps be a leader in this way, in the form of inside the hammer, then I would offer myself for your honor. This is interesting. You are an ancient dragon. That deems you wise. And you are here in the realm of shadow, I would imagine, not by accident. You will be in the form of your soul state inside this crystal. I do not know you. I do not know much about this crystal. But, again, time is short. We will try. I understand what you propose to me. Essence,
If you are willing, you may come sit in the chair.
I have this timer up on my phone.
I thought he was gonna make you do it.
I can't imagine how would Brooke.
Yeah, no.
Brooke would either shine perfectly or crumble to dust. More like
true, though,
more
it's
like
true.
crumble into a shiny dust.
I mean, that's not so bad. Add a little water.
If you want to do this,
Nope,
from
nope,
there-
not at all. No, thank you. Appreciate the offer,
No
though.
thanks.
I'm out. I'm out.
Truly appreciate it.
If you ask for the ring, I would give it to you freely. Essence sits in the chair. He looks at her and he says, "Before you do this, you said you are to be in this crystal." Yes. If you must be in this crystal to make sure that our fabric of reality is not lost, then you may do it from within the crystal. You do not need to stay in this form. She looks at you.
She can take the test from inside the hammer. That's what you say?
You're asking Hex?
Yes.
Yes, my concern is that something goes wrong here and that she does not enter this crystal. Is that not also a worry?
Yes, it's a very large worry.
The physical body is not a problem for the crystal. It is about the soul.
All right.
So you may choose whichever way is the safer way. It does not matter to me. She looks at you because she doesn't know.
I'm
You should enter
confused.
then, no? Enter the.
Yeah, wait, is this my decision to make?
I-
She looks because I look to you. You are the crystal bearer.
I think so.
What does your subconscious link with the hammer's knowledge tell you?
And by the way, I'm going to say we're coming up to a check soon. Kind of overdue for what? It's literally whatever Dan thinks. You don't have any other knowledge.
What is he asking me?
Yeah. I'm
He's just asking
confused.
if she needs to. He's worried about her connecting through this large crystal of an ancient, and she should be in here, and something goes wrong. Like maybe she should be in the crystal. He's trying to safeguard reality. He's worried about everything blinking out of existence.
Yeah, we're asking her to go in.
All right. I'm gonna try and use my my truth ability
On Hex.
on Hex. Just gonna if it passes, he has to answer the question that I ask him truthfully.
You have to roll probably skill level. What's your skill level of that skill?
I'm going to tell you right now.
It would be on the front page.
Yeah. No, I was looking up the skill ability, so I didn't have it with me. Where are you? Truth on my page. You are. Oh, sorry, light's bad. It is 2.
2. Okay, so you roll 2 dice. You're looking for a 6.
Okay. 6.
Yes.
You believe that he truthfully doesn't know, and that he's concerned about reality.
Okay. That's fine.
Is he?
I'm gonna make you roll in like 2 minutes. We're getting close to the end of the episode.
I'm just not understanding. Is he concerned about her entering the crystal within the crystal
He's concerned about her doing this, and
while in the crystal?
and just not getting to the crystal in time,
Right.
or not being in there, or she connects in a way that makes her ineligible to go into the crystal. He'd rather her be in the crystal and save reality.
Yeah.
Because to this
I think that's
moment,
what we want.
Yes,
too.
that's what we
Yes.
want.
till
Yeah.
till this moment, he knows that the Citadel will be safe. But this is the first time that he's like, "Are you telling me that all of existence is going to crumble?"
Right.
He's
okay.
saying get in that crystal. He's saying get in the hammer now.
Right.
And we have the
and then
warriors
take
as
the
well.
test.
No.
No.
Get in the hammer now. You can take the test from the hammer.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
That's what
Right.
he's saying.
Oh, okay.
The hammer is a soul crystal.
Don't worry
And
about
how-
how.
okay,
Just-
okay, cool, yeah.
that's
He's
just
telling
how
you that it can
works.
happen.
Ah,
I think
okay.
he's. I,
So if he's
I always
saying
sense
it can
that he's
happen,
lying.
then okay.
The hammer is a soul crystal. This is a giant crystal. There's no.
Right.
He's not worried about that. I think he's also just like,
if it doesn't work, I still want her to be inside, then you're not going to
Right.
get what you want. He cares less about what you want and more about
Not
things not
destroying
ending.
reality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Makes sense.
A reasonable request.
Valid.
Okay.
okay. So she looks at you. You say okay. She puts her. Oh, I'm sorry. She just walk over to you. I guess you come up.
Whoa.
Would you come on up? I suppose.
Right, she's up on the top. We're still at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, okay.
She puts her. I wish all of you luck. I hope that I can do my part by doing
We'll be
this.
with you, Essence.
Thank you, Essence.
She puts her hand on the crystal. She focuses, and you see the crystal that was doing like a pulsing the whole time solidifies. Stays a single light.
All right.
You may put your crystal hammer on the throne.
Oh,
That's how she's gonna.
okay. I put it on the throne. Hold it on the throne.
You will have to let go, otherwise you will be made part of what happens.
I think we have to trust it.
Do you stand there? I imagine you do, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not moving away.
Okay. Hammer's on the throne. He steps back, and you see the walls crackle with the rainbow energy. Everybody just kind of waits. Everyone's silent, except for one guy who's drinking a human in the back.
Carl, come on.
You see the light shimmers, similar to when you did it. You don't know the wish that she makes, but all of a sudden you see rainbow go, and you see the disciples are like start applauding. Everyone starts applauding. It is done.
She did it.
So be it. She is the other ruler with myself. I must say, I did not think that another could make the same connection as myself. All of a sudden, the crystal hammer turns purple with all the essence and soul of the necromancer. The whole crystal goes up and goes purple. And that is where we stop for today.
What?
What? Wait, did the hammer move?
No.
The
No.
purple, the color.
Inside. It was inside.
The necromancer is inside the crystal. Great job, guys. And that's where we end the episode. We're coming back for an after show in just these few moments. Good evening and welcome to Audio Dungeon. This is Dungeon Talk. This is our after show for the episode, Season 3, Episode 3, The Citadel Part 2. And what a Part 2 it was. We're going to go over to Brooke Armstrong, who's sitting in Rob's seat. And this is Citadel Part 2. Take us through. There's not much meaning in the word here. Tell us what Part 2 means. I guess you could tell us a difference between Part 1 and Part 2. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Go ahead. Everyone should be on, I think.
The difference between part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
Well, right off the bat, it was a very different perspective, I think, of the beings that were in the Citadel.
Yes.
Our perspective, especially when they entered the Citadel, and how when we entered, it was bustling, and there were people all over, and they entered, it was desolate.
Yeah.
And how is it different?
What's the feeling of role playing in these episodes? For me, I feel like it's like magical and heavy and tense and beautiful at the same time. All these
Yes.
things, different things.
Very curious. Being with Kadek and Liam at first, I felt like I was trying to
Keep control
like
of
I
things.
kept like putting the fuse out on the bomb.
Yeah.
Like I kept trying to like light my fingers and the fuse that was Kadek, the
And
bomb that was
Did you
Kadek.
feel you could relax with this group?
A little bit, yes.
Mhm.
A little bit, but I felt their pain and
Yeah, they went through something very different.
confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was very heavy. And now we're gonna be together.
Tom, how do you feel?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the loss of Thalen?
Devastated. Biggest fail. Possibly biggest fail ever.
Not really the biggest fail because
Well, I know
he
we gotta-
wanted it to happen.
Yeah, I know, but from a personal point of view, like I feel like not out of game, in game.
For
I think
Cole?
Mike. Yeah, I think for Cole, I think the sense of failure that Cole has is possibly
Middle.
the biggest sense of
Hold it down.
failure
Middle button hold down.
that any of my characters have felt after a particular episode. Only doubled down with, like, I should have known better than to do that at the end. Or I should have known better than to let the hammer connect to the soul crystal.
I was getting very worried at the end because I saw it coming, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
Doesn't happen.
just steer normally, and then here it comes. And then you guys, I saw you twice go like, I was
I
like,
knew there was
oh,
a problem, and I
couldn't think what it was.
yeah, and that's Tom picking himself because I knew, and I didn't get it in time.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know. Not I said that after we were done. I was like, we've had better episodes,
Right.
right? But yeah,
Let's talk about what do you think about Hex in this world, Dan?
He doesn't seem to be so crazy, let's say.
Mhm.
He seems to be more. I don't think he's good. He seems to just be very, like, self-serving, let's say.
Oh, you see him as self-serving here, really?
Yeah, I think if we would get to know him a lot more, I think he kind of the type of person who revels in the role that he has of being the ruler of the Citadel. Because, like, I mean, come on, he has people worshiping him. He has them following crazy rules.
The whole applause thing every time he
Yeah.
walks in the room.
So you, instead of seeing, I'm not saying this is what it is. I'm saying instead like, oh, he's being gracious, he's listening to you, he's being generous, he's trying to work things out.
Yeah.
You see it as this is a Hex that is not struggling for power anymore because he already has it, so therefore he's relaxed.
Yes. And whereas you're describing him as gracious, I see him as, like, he's allowing people to, like, have audience with him because, like, like I'm in a position of power, so I will allow you to come see me. I will allow you to have audience with me. Like, he's I don't know, like, let's say maybe more secure than other hexes? I guess you said, like you said, because he's in a position of power. He doesn't have to be like fighting for it.
But maybe he has to keep retreating because he's like being treated by Dr. Arcane to be able to maintain the stability that he appears to have. You know, like that's why he goes away and comes back and goes away and comes back, and then I don't know.
Oh, you think he's like not well?
Yeah, well, when
There is-
Dr. Arcane got
there
a
is
hold
the-
of him in the desert, he was like,
He was shaky.
yeah. Right, he's connected
Yeah.
to the tube. He's connected to him, and he can't be. He has to retire constantly, and and then he can come back out. So, who knows what happens when him and Dr. Arcane are alone? I don't know if it's a matter of like he doesn't need to be around everyone. Maybe it's a matter of he really needs that time to stabilize or that downtime. Who knows what the hell's going on?
It's the first real idea that put forward because it seemed like nobody's really you're all paying attention to it, but you're not calculating it. You're just like, oh, he's getting a tube of blood probably or something.
No, well,
No.
that's in my.
No.
The reason
no.
I feel the reason why Maya really was trying to maintain and stay as long as she could and not cause commotion is because she wants it. She's had dealings with Dr. Arcane and she knows that it's not good. But the fact that Hex seems so well balanced and like he seems clear-headed, he seems reasonable, he seems understanding, it's throwing her off because she doesn't understand how Dr. Arcane could be making him this way. It's like she's very confused about it. So before jumping and destroying Dr. Arcane or trying to to continue that fight with him that she's had her in essence have had for however long in the Shadow Realm,
Mhm.
she's like, okay, what is going on here? Like, what is happening? She's trying to figure that out.
Good thoughts.
So,
Let's talk about the arc of Thalen, Tom.
oh,
This could be the ending of the arc. Actually, it is the ending of an arc for him. It's a character from beginning to end in the sense of this quest.
Right.
So 3 seasons, almost 3 seasons. And what would you think from when you first met him to now?
Well, I think he's definitely matured, and I think he's taken on, you know, I think he took on like the mantle of leadership, and like the mantle of being his father's son, in a surprisingly mature and stable way, and I think he felt what my impression was that he felt, and he said it kind of like he is the least necessary member of the party fulfilling the mission, and the mission has to be more important than him or anybody else, and he knew that no one else would make the decision, right?
Right.
So I think as a sign of leadership, as a sign of that, like I said, like mature beyond his years kind of a vibe. I think that he was definitely there. I think that he became much more, I think, sure of himself and less
Yes.
a child and more of a young man over the course of the series. So yeah, I think it was, I think it was a very complete arc in that way, and I think that he was very cognizant of my relationship, of Hutch's relationship, of Sir William's relationship with him, and the fact that like for all of us, he would be the last person, and he knew like when it comes down to doing what needs to be done here, I'm a kid with a magic sword. Like I'm the least
Right.
physically appropriate member of this party.
Yeah.
He
He tries to fill the role that he needs to be,
Mhm.
but also is very transparent with like, I don't know what to do here. Like
Right.
this is you guys are much more experienced than me. But yeah, he does try to find those ways. I think I think everything he said was exactly correct. And I think his arc was. Remember, because his arc started when he was given the sword,
Mhm.
and it transported him into his realm.
Right.
And it's almost like his arc was you've been trained to be king, and his arc ends with you have to act like a king.
Right.
So it's interesting. So that I don't think we've had a character do anything like that or anything near that.
No. No.
You have King Argon, which is interesting too. And here, Argon got like a sort of redemption for what he did. More redemption for himself, I guess. Like no one is blaming him; he blames himself.
Self, yeah. Like
So he needed another adventure to kind of make himself feel.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if this is intentional or not. This is a very obscure reference for anybody but us. But King Argon and why he was here reminded me of when we did the last the Judas Iscariot trial play. I remember I can't remember the name of the play was right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like how those people were in hell because they had given up almost hope of themselves.
Yes, that
know,
is.
And that's you know what I mean. Like,
That is the exact parallel that's happening. Everyone's here because they believe they need to be here,
right.
and that's the only reason they're here.
Yeah.
There's no other reason like that. So, yes, did I plan it to be that? No, but that is exactly what's happening. So this is a purgatory or a hell for many people because their soul just transmitted with the frequency of this place, and they put themselves here, and they believe they need to be here or they should be here, and some of them perhaps believe all different versions of that. Maybe that I can escape here, or maybe I can't because I'm going to be doomed here. So Archie Fint died here, but his soul is saved by the crystal. But now the crystal is where it's at. So let's talk about the finale of this episode, the crystal.
Ugh.
So yeah,
Purple used to
no
be
one.
my favorite color.
What did?
Purple used to be my favorite
Not
color.
anymore, right? Yeah.
No, it still is. It always shall be.
Yeah, so no one remembered. I wonder if Rob was here, if it would have changed things. Rob, I mean,
I don't know.
I literally, and I know you said you saw my face. I literally was saying,
there's some reason why I shouldn't.
and it was 100%. I'm going to tell you, it was 100% that I forgot he was in there because I was saying, in my head, I'm like, what if one of the other dragons tries to take the test? That's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
So I was literally thinking about what if somebody else that's in there reaches out, and I forgot that he was in there.
So in essence, you were right.
Ooh.
In essence, you were right.
And can I just throw one thing out? Oni did actually scream out, whatever you do, do not connect that hammer with the Queen's throne.
Yeah, I saw one comment from Oni come up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw a comment from Oni, and I was like, oh, as usual, the fans are right on point.
Yeah. Todd, you gotta throw those. Throw
Well,
those comments
yeah,
up.
Throw those comments up, Todd.
Come on now.
There's no way I was going to ruin the flow.
I know.
No one's going to ruin that moment.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
just gotta start a little faster. That's all.
and it's not Audio Dungeon if we don't completely
Yeah.
make it much
I-
harder for ourselves before we.
I threw you safeguarding hints that it was coming, which it was in it, so I don't think anything stuck out. But it was a lot of people saying, I don't know anything about this crystal.
Yeah.
I don't know, and Essence saying, I don't know I've never been in the crystal. I don't know what's in there. So those were your
Yes.
saving clues. But you'd have to really be digging deep because it also melds perfectly in to say that, like, I don't know what's going to happen because she honestly doesn't know.
Right.
So there's no real way to catch it. It just would have had to jog your memory to be like, isn't the necromancer in there?
Right.
What would have happened if Essence, before going into the hammer, sat down on the throne?
What happens if Essence? Oh, the other way?
Yeah.
She would have done it that way. It would have gone to her, and then it would have gone inside. It would have been fine.
We just would have had to make another roll. Probably.
Yeah, there might have been another roll to see
Yeah,
if
I was
something
very
happened.
confused why she couldn't sit on the throne herself.
It was literally Hex was afraid that he's like, if there's a chance, why even wait? Just put her in. And we were like, well, I don't see anything wrong with that thinking. It'll probably
And he wasn't
work.
trying to trick you. He honestly,
Yeah.
he checked them out.
Right, he truly didn't know, but
Right. And we didn't remember either that, oh, wait, we have bad things in there.
Richard had a question.
What's your question, Richard?
Sorry,
No,
Richard.
no, on one good note though, the fans did roll 2 6s, so Lump is saying to Kadak Sir Hutch. Sir Hutch.
Nice.
Sir Hutch. That's
All right.
awesome.
He's
Oh,
saying,
Rob's gonna be happy about that.
Sir Hutch. He goes, Sir Hutch.
Sir Hutch.
It's not day, but night in Andar. So Lup is putting into him. I wonder if that's going to affect Rob at all.
Has to now.
I love the idea. Just Rob just won't accept it because it's real. It's half
It is
real.
true. It's very real.
He just won't accept it.
It's 90% Rob and 10% Caddick.
And I wanted you to kind of win. I thought you were going to win when I gave you the seat before. Obviously,
so too.
obviously you had 30 seconds because I told you guys exactly what Rob did. So you had had that huge
But
advantage.
you were listening. Were you listening to him, or were you waiting?
No, I
'Cause
like
the minute you sat down there, you could have said anything. But
as
he
soon
just,
as soon as I saw the clock going, I was like, I should be speaking right now.
yes,
But like,
I was talking.
yes.
no, I know that was your whole thing, but I
Okay.
just kept thinking like, if I say something and then I stumble
Right.
and then I don't say, and like, is he gonna hear me when
Right.
he's talking?
That's why I said the
I
thing
was
you
just
would
like-
you would worry about, so you'd listen to me because you were like, well, he is saying the right thing I need to listen to.
yeah.
And that bought me like 20 seconds.
Tony, can I ask a
Evil.
quick question? If Tom
Yeah.
had used his clarity of mind
No,
ability,
I saw that
would
comment.
just stop the clock?
no, because you can't stop the clock for anybody for his own thinking. If it's Tom is the one
Right, if I was on there.
that has to make a decision, then he could stop his own clock. But
Oh, that would've been a good
otherwise you're suggesting that he has like a power of chronomancy. So it's just that he can think better about his own decisions.
Well, to be fair, you gave Rob a whole minute. You just gave Dan 30 seconds.
Because he did it.
That's because I told
before, yeah.
Dan what happened with Rob though. Dan knew.
Yeah, we
I
spoke about it
specifically
before,
told
so-
told Dan that gave Rob power to be dungeon master for a minute, and then I distracted him by talking the entire time, and then I did the same thing to Dan, and I ate up 27 seconds.
But how did Rob react though? Did he say anything at all? Did he do anything?
No, because Rob just listened to me talk
He
the
was
entire
waiting
time.
for him to finish talking.
He did. He said nothing.
He said nothing. And then when he was done, even I didn't know what was going on because I was sitting here, Liam's here, and he could see that he started the clock. So I'm like, no, Tony's going to start the clock when he's like done. But I didn't hear him say.
I say in the
He
episode
says
if you
it.
watch.
He says it.
Oh, you went
But I
back and
didn't
you made
hear him
sure?
say. No, I was just listening. I listened to the episode before
Yeah.
I come in every time.
So I said,
So I
I
was
said, I'm
like,
starting the
"Oh, there
clock
it is."
now. I go, you have 1 minute on the clock, and then I start talking, and Rob's like this, like does this, and he's like,
He's listening.
okay, and he's like listening to everything I'm saying. He's listening, and I'm like, okay, I got him. So I just keep talking, and I say it in different ways, and I keep going.
word.
Liam starts around 34 seconds was the exact time. I think Liam starts or something around there, starts laughing, and I'm like, uh-oh.
It was hard. It was horrible.
But I'll tell you this: if the challenge includes do not wish for anything selfish, there is no way Caddick would have passed. 0% chance.
Yeah.
I think he would have said like,
Come on.
But destroying the dark heart, that's not selfish.
I would love to know what he was going to wish.
I think he would have wished for that, destroying the dark heart. That was the first thing that came out of his mouth when he saw his brother. That's like that was his whole shtick.
Yeah.
We gotta end the necromancy.
It would have
that's
been
it.
It's
magic armor and a magic it would have been magic everything.
it's funny because Rob didn't seem so hell bent. I offered him to be literally
He didn't want it.
the power of an ancient and to rule the Citadel, which is huge, but he don't want to rule that. And I was thinking about that after. I was like, wow, he didn't really care about that. And I think because he has no love for the Citadel, he doesn't. It's not about the power of infinite power. It's about the power of influence over the sunken city because that's like where he wants to rule. And the people that have wronged him, Olin, Bellaman, even Jinty, like he likes Jinty, but he also wants to like compete with Jinty like a brother. And Gnome Patrol's there, and it's like that's where his reputation lives. So if it was like be Emperor of Sunken
No
City,
one would know.
you would see him very much change. Citadel, he didn't.
Who's gonna know?
whatever.
Who knows him in the Citadel? No
No,
one knows.
he's like, nope, no, man, it doesn't really. Like,
He's like, I'm not looking to up my station.
right.
We're not sacred. He's like, what are you
Right.
talking about? We're not sacred, brother. It's like defying him at
The
every
half
angle.
Rob, half character just wasn't there. It was just Rob was very easily be able to like, no, you know, that's not. Caddick doesn't see that.
All right.
But meanwhile, don't make Hutch a knight.
Oh my god.
I love that. It's my favorite. What has to be my favorite little arc that's running through all this stuff. Because I'm dying to see how that's gonna end eventually.
But he made sure to like bring it up and like talk about it. Like it was a thing for him.
Can
Like it
you?
bothered him enough to talk about it.
Yes, I can do it.
No.
The intro.
Always
no, I'm gonna-
always call you Sir Hutch.
No, I want to see. I don't know if I can do this, but I want to see. Like, can you send me like the animation, and I want to see if I could like alter the animation so that it comes up as Hutch Blacksmith, and then like Blacksmith crosses out, and then like Sir Hutch.
Yeah, that was my answer to you. I was like, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. I didn't do it because I just felt like I wanted to spend my time making one intro, and not doing all the time it takes to do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Send it to me. I want to see. See if I can do it.
Yeah, if you want to do it, yeah, you can cross it out and put it here. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Todd.
See ya.
Yeah, the fans that when I showed Andrew, I think it, and everyone thinks I was gonna do that, and then but I also promised Rob that I wouldn't do
He did.
that stuff. So
Oh, okay.
He
All right,
did.
Okay.
so I liked what we got because I got Maya in there. It looks so good, right?
Yeah.
This
That's
looks great.
awesome.
And
Thank you.
and then the ending is just I'm from another timeline.
Oh my God.
Dead.
Remember, now
It's
you
a-
can do that because now that's in Caddick's subconscious. You can now alter that hitting.
We can't alter what?
We can. He's saying now you can
No,
because
you now can. You
Oh.
can now because that's in Sir Caddick's head now.
Right. That's true.
Also, if you let Dan do it, you're not technically lying.
I'm not responsible.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't do it.
That's true.
I didn't do
I
it.
didn't change a thing, Rob.
No, I got to think of something.
Must be honest
Something
with
else.
you, sir.
Because that every time I tell somebody I did something, everybody goes, Did you change everyone to night?" I was like, "No, I didn't do it." Yeah, so but we're all everyone watching, we'll get to see it one more time as I end. I'll end it on that so we can witness it one more time.
So scared.
So season 3, episode 3, episode 4 next time.
Yeah, totally ready.
Telling you now, you're gonna have a battle on your hands like the likes you've never seen
Next week.
immediately.
And Cranston's just like
Crescent is just not with you.
Cranston's just chilling with these other people.
Lump is armed and ready to go. She's not
Great.
there. Caddick's sleeping.
He's just not there. No one's there. It's just us. It's great.
It's
Dan get his roll to see if he understands the hammer now.
Oh yeah. Well, that's one thing.
yeah,
The hammer's coming back to you.
yeah.
Hammer's coming back.
No, I shouldn't have to roll for anything.
No, you don't. Next week.
Yeah, but by then
next
he
week
should
you're
have
gonna,
some
you're gonna
more.
get a few things.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Thank God. Wait, but are those affected by the necromancer leave? Well,
no.
he's coming out, right?
No,
He's
I'm coming out. I
He's
want
gonna
the world
up the
to know.
hammer. He's gonna let us know.
Well, the hammer's now purple. That's the only answer I got for you.
The hammer's now purple.
The hammer's purple. The crystal's purple. But you're right there. If you think wielding it is a good idea, wield it.
Okay.
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like what exactly? We didn't see the necromancer come out of the hammer, did we?
Do we have
Yeah,
to?
we did.
Do we have to?
Well, I was gonna say a lot more, and I said, but I feel like the right spot was to say the crystal
purple.
goes purple, everything goes purple. The end of the episode.
Oh, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, before I reveal.
The hearts start beating, they come down.
Yeah, so you will whatever I tell you next week, you'll have to deal with on the fly.
Great.
You won't have a full week to think about it.
But that's it. It's just purple now.
At this hair of a moment,
We just like
the hand comes out.
we could just like put a blanket over it, and then,
Yeah.
and it's fine.
so you want to put a blanket over the hammer, but you know, like the crystal citadel is
It's
purple.
purple.
Did you catch that?
Everything turned purple.
It's a big blanket.
The citadel, like the ancient crystal, the citadel is purple.
Right.
Yeah,
The one thing that's the linchpin of time.
right. You see, all the other ones were attached to fumes because the crystal wasn't there anymore, but it was there in some of the timelines. And so it was like living off the dust. Like the thing was like sucking out whatever it could. And those creatures were doing the same thing, right? Same thing in the sunken city.
Wow.
But now it's tapping to a crystal that is still there. So this is a very different thing. This could easily be where the necromancer wins.
I see.
Easily.
Yeah.
So Dan, no pressure?
No.
No pressure at all.
Well, I mean, we can, if we see that we get the idea that the necromancer is going to win, we could just take essence out of the hammer and just end all reality as we know it. That's
How
always
do we
an
take
option,
her out of
right?
the hammer?
I mean, we can just like release her.
End all reality ends all reality.
Well, yeah, I'm saying
All of
if
Andaria?
if the necromancer is
Everything.
winning.
It's not just the Shadow Realm. The Shadow Realm, by the way, picture this. Picture there's a line of linear time as we know it. And it goes forward. And then Soul Guard happened, the day where the necromancer attacked. So we put a pin in the timeline. And now you guys come out in a horizontal way and you need to figure this out. And whatever your solution is the reinsertion of that moment back
Right.
into the timeline. So whatever you do here is what dictates what happens in that moment forward. And right now, all the timelines that could be, like I drop this pen, I throw it across the room, anything, all these numerous things that can happen. Because everything is collapsing upon itself and getting worse and worse and worse, has all come to this one possibility, this one timeline, and the Shadow Realm is happening, and it needs to resolve. And it's going to resolve one way or the other.
Like, if the choice is the necromancer wins, and that's reality, and then we just that's it,
Rather than no reality.
or no one exists anywhere ever,
Right.
and no opportunity to
Yeah.
like.
And it'll be only in the realm of Andar, by the way, if you want to think of out scope of the quest. The realm of Andar is like the solar system of Andar. Like the solar system would cease.
Go to a new world.
That is what would happen.
Mandar.
It would literally put a pin in this. The necromancer wins. That's fun for me because
Right.
it's a world of evil. They have to figure out what the hell happened.
That will spell jam away across the galaxy.
Maybe.
Universe.
Yeah, Jacques would be the only one that's outside of it. Can I ask a question? Then we're gonna end up.
Okay, so by putting essence in, what happens now to the possibility of, aside from the necromancer, the star path? Is that not a thing anymore? Does that?
Oh, I can't answer that. Star Path, is power is there or is on the table because of how powerful this thing is, and it's being contained, and it can literally rip a fabric into time and to things that were thought unimaginable by mortals, right? So you can travel the Star Path with it. It still has a lot of power in it.
Is the star path connected to the rainbow crystal? That was the Queen's. That was the Citadel. Was that connection?
You're asking me, is the Star Path connected to
Was
the?
there any connection to the rainbow color of the star path?
Whenever
and
you see rainbow, that's the power of like Andari of the world, the essence, the soul of the world. Like that's the power. And if you have enough of it, you can travel Star Path.
Okay.
What? You have another question?
I do. I'm not going to ask it.
Okay. Any other questions before we go?
One, can the crystal hammer absorb like soul crystals? Like, could technically, if Dan knew how, he could absorb the Queen's crystal into the hammer?
Ooh.
I don't.
Oh man.
I don't
Is
think.
that technically possible? That's
I-
what I'm asking. Is the crystal rod able to contain the power of an ancient crystal?
I would think
Not saying
logically it probably cannot. And I think the size of the queen's crystal is mammoth. So I would say that it's unable to do so. But wielding that power, could you open a star path with the crystal hammer right there, tapped into the queen's crystal? 100%. Why can't you? You're tapped into the. You have
and
to.
because it's outside of time, could they then potentially try to tap into time, make a crack to allow the power of time to affect the Citadel? Just ideas to throw out there for Dan. to think
Yes.
about.
Could they? Yes. You're asking, could they change things? Because where they are, absolutely, they're in a very unique spot. Yeah.
One more question.
Yes, childlike Brooke.
Okay. So
Mr. Cutter, Mr. Cutter.
the
Sorry.
the light going up and down,
Yeah.
right?
The lift.
The lift. So when Dan entered it with the hammer, it went.
Yeah.
So
Do you think that meant anything?
of course.
Okay.
Did it activate something, or was that an acknowledgement to the power of the source of the light?
Not going to answer that. It does suggest that it's very powerful and perhaps unhinged.
Okay. Is that light purple too now?
The
No.
light in the lift,
Yeah.
it was never amber or anything else. It's just white.
Is
right
it
right
purple
now, in this moment, in this hair of a moment,
Yeah.
it is white.
Okay. Good to know.
But the entire Citadel,
Okay. You're saying there's a chance.
I'm not saying that.
It sounds
saying-
like that's what you're saying.
I'm saying it's white,
Sounds like that's what you're saying.
but it's not all right.
You know.
Yeah, so next week, prepare. Make sure you know your characters. Brush up on your advanced skills. Just take a little gander at them because I'm not going to be teaching you anything. I'm just going to dish out suffering. And last time I put you guys to a tower. Tom got you out. He didn't get you out of this one. He escaped the plot. I was about to monologue. He's like, not today. And I was like, you really did say that. The whole quest was going to alter. You're all going to go and get trapped in souls and all that. And he's like, nope. And the quest changed. Tom has a knack of changing the quest. Wait, what's this? What's really important? Now throw that down the water. What's this? You're going to go over here? Nah, I got this thing that changes the whole quest.
I poop on that.
I poop on your quest.
Oh man. Hopefully, I can figure something out tomorrow. For next week.
You have 1 week to think about how to ruin what's happening. But you just heard.
Yeah, that's a huge.
Yeah, you
huge.
heard Richard ask a question that like you guys are in the middle of a sanctuary of time that you can go outside to any time you want in a sense, but you're also stuck in the shadow realm. You're also in a moment of time in the real thing. Remember, you're connected to that one moment through Soul Guard. You need to figure out a way. The original Chronomancer told you that you're not going to get out. And Bardot, the new Chronomancer, told you that, well, if I make this change and I get involved like he wouldn't, then you have a shot. And that's what he did. He smashed 3 timelines together. Something that was chaotic and crazy, but, it's just you guys just like, oh, he just did it. And maybe perhaps that somehow works. And what happened when he did that?
A lot of things.
What was it? One of the most. Maya comes in.
Maya comes in.
Essence comes in.
Hex comes in.
Another hex appears.
Yeah. There you go.
And remember, he made predictions about the party will split.
Yep.
And it's going to lead to all sorts of bad things. And it's going to be considered like the hardest thing you ever had to go through, and blah blah blah.
That's great. He's the best.
I have a question. So if you're saying like we could try to use time to alter things, can we just go to a different time and spend 100 years researching this and then come right back here to this moment?
I would ask you a question. Do you have a way to do that?
Well, I mean, the Citadel does.
I feel like if you exit one of those portals, outside of those portals, it's a different time. It's not like the Citadel. Like, what if you go through the portal and think about a time? We've only tried
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
We've only tried to go through the portal and think about a place within the Citadel.
Yeah.
Maya hasn't actually tried to go to another timeline or another point in time.
You could definitely try something like that.
15 minutes should be enough. Right.
The question is, can you fight your way to a portal and get there in time to try something like that?
There are portals all over the place. You
Yeah,
know
they're
that.
right. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Well, I think it.
You're right.
They truly are.
They're all
They
over this
really
room.
are.
Oh wait, they're not in this room. It's just the white lift.
You said they're all over the
It's
place.
true. I mean, the whole.
Then how do we
the
get-
whole crystal is probably not purple yet. Just just what we're looking at. It's
Well-
big. It's big. You said it's very big.
I could think of
Very big.
We could think of Caddick, go into the room, and then exit the portal from that room.
So you can go out
Over
of
on
the
the
portal,
left.
Well, let's.
go meet
Yep.
who?
So what? This is a race. I'm gonna give Tom what he's saying right now. He's basically saying that like there's a run of the purple taking over,
okay. I was being facetious. Oh, good.
taking over.
Nice.
If you guys can find a level with a portal that is not taken over by the purple yet, as we are now in the very first few moments, then you could try your idea. You can try your idea.
Okay.
You will try.
You will try. Yeah.
And Tony, I'll just throw this out here. Any of the crew that wants to have any help going over their character, let me know. I will make the time to be able, when you guys are available, to help you out going over your characters.
Thank you, Richard.
All right, thanks, Richard.
Awesome.
Just let me know, and I'll find the time.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, really.
And thank you to everybody
Richard.
else, guys, for watching. This is Dungeon Talk, Audio Dungeon, guys. We'll see you later. We're going out on the new intro. We're going to listen to Rob say our favorite words at the end. See you later.
Yes.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Love you guys.
Let me be honest with you, sir. I'm from another timeline. This plane is not real.